So last time on the Deicide War, after your run-in with the strange, arrogant moon creatures, you continued on your travels. Camping up for the night on the side of the road, you're assailed by a band of undead creatures. Their leader, it seemed, ordering you to leave his estate before setting his guards on you. It seems in his undead state he believed you to be trespassing on his grounds. After a tough fight, you finally emerged victorious. Derek recalled having run across an abandoned mansion nearby in the woods, believing that this may be the estate that the Deathlock was referring to. The next morning, you set off again. Almost immediately, you came across the scene of a direwolf attack. A small kobold named Walio was bailed up on the top of his cart of lumber. Some quick thinking and animal befriending by Derek saved the day without any bloodshed. An agreement was made to get Derek to help pull the cart up to the Banner Accord in exchange for 50% of the profits that Walio was going to make for selling the high quality lumber to the shipyards up there. And that's where we step off as Derek wild shapes into an oxen and Walio finishes lashing him up to the cart and climbs up onto the cart. He's like, it's a new Nelly. Here, mush your Nelly, and starts whipping Derek with this whip out of his hand.
Sorry to interrupt, Bryce. I think you've left out a key bit of information for Troy since he wasn't here last session. Was that Phaedra? Wait, no, it wasn't Troy. Sorry, it was Luke.
Yeah.
Was that Phaedra, who we were sus on, attacked both mine and your characters in a fight?
Yeah, so I watched the video.
Yeah, good.
He's all caught up.
Yeah, good. That's what makes me nice.
And conveniently, the only two characters that are caught her out.
Yeah, no one else saw.
Nothing suspicious. Right, so with a crack of the whip, Derek slowly surges into movement, navigating the cartload of heavy lumber around the dead draft horse that Vutha is still sitting there gnawing chunks of flesh off of.
Did we want to move the horse off the road?
Derek's got this. Pull it around, Derek.
As he slowly starts to bumps off the side of the road, and you guys carry on your way up to the north. Let me just drag you guys back over. So before you guys have been making pretty good headway. Before Derek wild shaped off into his oxen form, he did mention that he estimated the manor house would be a few hours ahead near the crossroads that lead off towards the west. There should be a path that leads off towards the east as well. Up that road by 1 or 2 hours is roughly where he thought he saw the manor, leading up into the foothills of the mountains. So as you make your way throughout the day, I'll get 2 people to give me a survival or perception check, just to keep your eyes out.
I'm not good at those.
I'm still trying to log in, so someone else.
Calliope wouldn't be assisting.
Alright, I'll give a survival then.
Right. I did perception. Very poorly.
Vutha's just sitting there, just picking chunks of horse meat out of his teeth.
Yeah. I'm not very good at these checks.
We're doomed.
I'll attempt a perception check.
Give it a crack.
So it's pretty poor, and it's because I can't stop watching this guy whipping the ox. So I'm just going to go up and snatch the whip out of his hand and tell him bad kobold and just walk back to my place in line.
Oi.
What?
By the way, Jovens is playing Tarhun, so it's the big Dragonborn.
Yeah, so you see this hulking Dragonborn just snatch the whip out of this little kobold's hand. And he's like, oh, well, no, my whip, how else will I encourage the oxen to move forward?
He's not a cow. He's a human. And I'll walk back with the whip, which I'm going to add.
You've got double audio, Bryce. You're coming through skies as well.
Am I? I'm also coming through Murky's a little bit. Do you want to chuck yours on?
Oh,
triple audio.
Yeah, I'm coming through murkies a little bit.
Is that a little bit better? Maybe.
1, 3, 9. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, a
better.
little bit better.
Okay, yeah, sorry,
beautiful.
my mic settings were.
What are you, some radio operator or something?
Radio check over. So a couple of hours go by, with the cessation of the cracking whip every couple of seconds, just like over the top of your heads. Phaedra, at one stage, you narrowly missed taking it to your eye, before it's snatched away by by the Dragonborn, along with you. But nothing seems to go astray as you keep your eyes out. Eventually, you come to a junction in the track. So the northern road that you've been following continues up, fairly well-worn road. Moving off to the left, pushing out to the west, you can see a lighter built track. It's slightly more narrow and looks like it's been less travelled. Out to the right, you can see another track. It looks like it used to be quite well used and paved with large cobblestones, but you can see grass pushing up through the cracks, and it appears that it definitely doesn't get used anywhere near as much anymore.
At least there's no elephant tracks on that one.
No elephant tracks on that one. As you get up to the junction, you can see Derek still in his oxen form, just snuff and point his head out towards the right-hand side, seeming to indicate that he believes that you should be going this direction.
Trust the all-knowing ox.
Believe the druid?
No.
I think not.
No,
we shall go the other part. No,
He just starts taking the cart in that direction.
Yeah, he just starts walking that direction. And essentially, Walio is like, "No, you silly ox, this is the wrong direction. You have to be going forward. We're going to the banner accord." He just like starts to like haul on the rein, trying to like force Derek's head back around to work towards the north.
So we're...
In the attempt to sort of win over Calliope, Vharik's kind of ugly, like, how much do you think it'd take to get an oxen drunk?
This is a throwback.
Probably a significantly larger amount of alcohol than a mastiff like last time.
Yes.
Can I quickly jump up onto the cart with the cobalt and sort of like pull him back and be like, "Hey, that's our friend. He's trying to fucking tell us something." Obviously, you can't talk to us, right? Yeah.
He's wrong.
Where's the cow talking on the chat this time?
I'm gonna lean down and pretend that I completely understand the oxen and be like, yeah, mm-hmm. Like while holding back the collar. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. I like sort of shove the kobold aside. I'm like, he wants to go to the right. There must be a firm reason, and he's already told me what it is. So we're going to the right.
Should we suggest to the ox that if we go the other way, we can sell the shit, get rid of the bloody cobalt, and then carry on without him in ox form?
I have a feeling. I have a feeling.
I think the idea is that
You're also the one who hit me with a loot. Yes, I still remember that.
No punishment from that yet. Wow. I look at you and go, stop making so much sense.
Well, we could just leave the cart at the crossroads.
That makes way less sense.
You look down as you hear a feminine voice clear her throat, and you can see Mara, one of the Remainers, who's approached the side of the cart. She's like, excuse me, but we need to go to our enclave. It's off down the track heading off to the west here. It's about a few hours march from here. If you don't mind, we could head down to there and meet you there when you come back this way.
No.
Why does the bard suddenly think he's in charge?
Because no one's actually stepping
Still trying to push Walio aside, knowing my strength's not that much. He probably can outpower me. And I'm like, no.
I'll get to give me
skull going. Is this smart bard or is this dumb bard? Actually, sorry, I'll rephrase. Is this slightly smarter bard or is it dumb bard?
This is bard who's still very dumb, but can for some reason now see where people got stabbed on, which angle they got stabbed on.
I was just checking if you had your magical bloody floaty skull.
Yeah, no, I've still got it on my head. I'm still dumb as shit.
Just checking.
Well, give me a persuasion check, just to see if you can.
From just a no. No.
A combination of talking to Walio, telling him, you know, essentially. Oh, did I drop?
No, you're
No,
not.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
yeah.
once.
You just dropped.
Yeah, usually I drop. Yeah, just give me a persuasion check if you like. You can do an advantage if someone's going to do something to help you out.
No keys
But it's a combination of talking to Walio, talking to Mara to convince him to like, no, we'll duck down here because you know the manor's only maybe 1 or 2 hours off the track this way.
Yeah.
Okay. The safety in numbers.
Yeah.
After
Wait,
what happened
is
last
that?
night or the night before?
Yeah, last night you got attacked by quite a large
After what
force of
happens
undead creatures.
every night.
Most nights you get attacked by something. Alright, with Vharik's assistance, give me a persuasion check at advantage.
Sorry, my rolly boys aren't working. Sorry,
No, not rolly boys.
not rolly boys. How's it going? Okay, here we go. At advantage.
Yeah, if you got Vharik's.
Was that charisma or?
That's a charisma save. Give me a persuasion check.
Sorry, I must have accidentally clicked on a few things trying to get it to work.
Suddenly comes up with like 20 rolls.
I did actually. Not even lying. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
jeez.
Nat 20.
Hmm.
With that explanation and your, you know, your gloriously good looks as well. You know,
Oh,
give
yes.
a wink to Mara as well. See her blush a bit. You
I'll take
also
it.
see Walio give a bit of a blush as well. It's like, oh, I guess it's okay. I will stay here with the cart and maybe keep the remainers. They can help me keep safe. And then when you come back, we can continue on. Okay?
I look at him. Yes, that's exactly what I meant to say.
You see Derek still in his oxen form, stomping around a little bit, just like looking perturbed.
I lean down to the oxen and I like, slap him on the back. I'm like, "Hey, buddy, you feeling all right? Give me 2 stomps if you're feeling all right."
Stomp, stomp.
Okay. We continue on our adventure. Let's go.
At this stage, actually, he's been moving for about 4 hours. So as he goes to start moving off, his whole body just shift and shrink, and then you see this naked human man just like slowly untangling himself from the from the harnesses.
And
Puts his clothes back on that had been sitting up on the wagon.
so I look at him and go, "So you weren't all right? You lied to me."
He just looks at you a bit sheepishly.
It's not
All
Ox
right.
only because he's no longer Ox.
Alright.
Yes, that was a good one.
Sorry.
So yeah,
sorry.
the remainers and the cart can stay here, and Derek informs you that he reckons it's about an hour's walk just off to the east. It's not very far. You can see the hills start to rise up and starting to get a little bit of sparse trees and light forest building their way as they work up the way into the foothills with the tall mountain peaks behind them.
I'm going to look at the leader of the remainders, and I'm going to turn and say, I'm going to go with a pretty boy and keep an eye on the Celestial.
Sorry.
So you see this hulking dragonborn kind of give you a bit of a look, Zolmos, as he says that, as he's talking quietly to Mara off to the side.
Do I not hear any of this and just see him staring at me?
How close are you standing to?
Oh, well, I'm over at the Ock. I was over with Derek, so I was still.
Yeah,
slapping
you're
him up
over
and
there.
giving
So
him
yeah, you
thumbs
probably
ups.
just see out the corner of your eye. Tarhun talk quietly to Mara, and then look your direction, and then
Ooh,
look
I give him a little
Phaedra's
wave.
direction.
I'm just like, "Hey there."
Little limp-wristed wave. Hey.
Yeah. Hey.
Do me and Atticus notice this?
Give me a perception check.
Sorry.
Nope. Vharik
Nope.
is definitely distracted. How about Atticus? Did you want to roll a perception check, Atticus?
He's offline. Did we want
He's dead.
Luke to control him? Maybe. Yeah.
Who wants to control Atticus?
I'm definitely
Everyone. Everyone.
Don't
can control
all
Atticus.
throw your hands up at once. Yeah, just throw Atticus my way.
Okay. Zolmos.
Say we base all his decisions off of dice rolls.
Yes.
Lucky
Yeah,
him.
don't base him off
Completely
mine.
randomised.
Alright, there you go. Brooker, you should be able to control him.
Sweet as. Perception.
He was saying his laptop was playing up, and then he had to leave early anyways.
Yeah, he's made.
Yeah, so Atticus does seem to clock this with his... he was standing a little bit closer. He hears the Dragonborn mention that he's going to keep an eye on the pretty boy and the Celestial.
Yeah, sweet. Atticus keeps that information to himself as he would the loser.
He would actually do that, yes. So you guys set off, moving off to the east. About an hour of walking goes by. The roadway that you're moving down, you can tell back in the day it was probably very, very heavily used, finely put together and well engineered. But looks like over the recent few years it has definitely been
Disused.
what's the word? Disused, yeah, close enough.
Yes.
Put by the leeway, it's definitely not used anymore with a grass. Neglected, that's the word I'm after. Definitely, like, neglected. But about an hour's march takes you off to the right. You see a finely crafted stone gateway, just leading off the road up into the foothills. You can see lining the pathway that carries on that direction, large oak trees, just alternating, lining the road. This path here is even more overgrown with weeds pushing up and turning some of the stones. You see a sign above the stone gateway labelled as Talstag Manor. And Derek informs you that this is the one that he thinks that he was thinking of.
Sorry, what was it called?
Talstag Manor. Talstag.
Tall stag.
Yeah.
Talstag, yeah.
Talstag.
Thank you.
Tally
Fancy.
Manor, got it.
Taliban Manor. So, is
Talibana.
there anything you guys want to do before you turn off and head down towards the manor?
Lots of things I want to do, nothing you'll let me do.
Hey, you can always ask.
Can I grow wings?
No.
See?
Phaedra
Can I grow
how's the Exodus looking at the moment? Are they happy to be with us? Are they looking a bit anxious that they've come this way instead?
So the Exodus folks, most of them stayed back with Walio. It's
Okay.
just the Dragonborn seems to be sticking with you guys.
Roger, my bad.
He's just sitting towards the back, just keeping an eye out on the group.
Every time Sky's character looks at me, I'm staring at her, and I just snort steam out of my nostrils. Just
Be like,
grunt.
fine, whatever.
Okay, all right. He clearly, I think he's got something against like gods or something.
I don't know this. He's just got an attitude.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. Got plenty of time for interaction.
No dramas. So you start making your way down the road, and 5 or 10 minutes goes by, and you see the large oak trees on the left and right of the road. They begin losing their leaves as you progress further down this road. After another minute of walking, the trees, which were quite, well established, huge canopies of leaves, they are reduced to just dry skeletal branches. Walking along in the just clawing silence, you can hear the branches just clacking against each other in the gusts of the cold wind coming up from the direction you're traveling. As you pause for a second, the wind shifts and picks up, and you just get the scent of rotting flesh just break into the back of your nostrils.
Can I
Delicious.
divine sense?
Go for it.
Okay. Do I roll anything?
Is it the same smell as last time, as the night earlier?
Give me a perception check if you like.
Thank you.
Perception?
Yeah, Sky, use your just click your divine sense so I can see it.
Yep.
Thank you. Zolmos with the 16, it's stronger. It's almost overpowering, even at this distance. And as you look up, you can just see a bit of dust ahead of you in the road, and coming around a bit of a corner, you can see just the top of a large manor house, but there's just scent of just rotting flesh. Definitely reminds you of the evening before, of the zombies that you've met, but strong.
Ew. Calliope is definitely prestidigitationing herself to smell like roses.
I like sort of like stumble back, knowing how much fucking they hurt us the night before, and like sort of like clamor a little bit. And I look at Calliope and I go, "Do you smell that as well?"
As you
Filth.
as you turn around to look at Calliope, you see some movement approaching very, very quickly from behind you.
What did my divine sense pick up? Sorry, apart from just
Nothing.
Nothing?
Within 60 feet of you, nothing yet.
Okay.
But as Zolmos, you turn around, you can see a bit of movement coming straight down the road at you, and you start for a second and jump a little bit. But then you just see the movement resolve itself into a pair of ravens, huge black birds just flying straight at you, almost sprinting through the air. As they start to get closer, you can see them start to move chaotically, just flapping around, veering off the side of the road, and they shoot past you, one on your left, one on your right.
I quickly like dive to the ground and like a little bitch boy. I'm like, Vharik, Atticus, Dragon Man, come help me!
I'm just gonna pick Zolmos up and just like place him back on his feet. It's like, dude, they're just birds.
I'm like full skittish because of the smell and everything. I'm freaking out.
I just stomp, like, because I'm like 200 kilos, just stomp past and just shove that little guy out of the way, pulling out my whip and just crack it at the ravens as they're flying forwards.
As the ravens go shooting past you and you crack, they seem to just scatter even more, almost flying drunkenly. One of their wings starts to flap chaotically, looking like it's almost broken, even though you didn't come anywhere near to hitting it. They get another 10, 20 meters down the road and then just veer off to the side of the road, slamming with a crunch of shattering bones into one of the skeletal trees, and just drop down. Wings just snap, shards of bones sticking out as they flap for a few seconds, then come to a halt. And your eyes are drawn further up the path, and you can see lining the sides of the road where these trees are is just broken-limbed birds of all varieties. You can see ravens, colourful like fruit-eating parrots, a couple of eagles that have just seemed to have just worked themselves into a frenzy and then just like dived headlong into the stones on the road in front of you. As far as you can see, just lining these roads is just dead birds. Died violently.
Get up and I'm like brushing the dust off me. I go, when did you become so cool, Tarhun?
Do we have Derek with us? Like, would he determine like why they're all here? Like, is
what
it
this is? What the hell's going on? Considering
like
he's
they're
led us
just
here.
freaking out, losing their mind, kind of thing?
Or at least a fun fact about dead birds.
Zolmos, give me a nature check with Derek as Phaedra. I imagine Phaedra, you're asking Derek about it?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Oh, I don't have control of Derek, unless you want me to have control of him as well.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I've got Atticus.
All of them.
Oh, there we go. Calliope's got it, Derek.
Oh, okay.
Goes from one-man band to one-man army.
So he says, oh yes, sometimes birds have a special sense in their minds as they're migrating. Perhaps this is because of a magnetic variation in the Earth's surface caused by something around here that has caused them to maybe fly off of their migratory path.
Into a tree.
Well, perhaps into a tree. But it stinks of rot around here. I don't like it.
I look at Derek and go, you sound a lot smarter today too.
I know, he does like his animal facts.
No, he wouldn't
Even
do
though he
that.
doesn't know
He
anything else.
would.
He does.
But with that, he does get the sense that something seems to be drawing these animals in, but then just driving them to insanity. Something is, crawling into their brains. This isn't natural behavior for birds, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But there are, he has heard of some effects that, of certain creatures that may draw in. He mentions that, sometimes his druidic people perform ceremonies which actually attract the animals in to then join in as part of these ceremonies. But this doesn't end up in the animals just driving themselves into their death by slamming into trees and killing themselves.
Yeah, so they're sort of just going mad.
Yeah, so he feels that it could be part of some sort of druidic ceremony. He's seen something similar where the animals come in, but then it's twisted and it's not working how it should be working.
Okay.
With a 19 nature check.
Okay, very interesting.
No
Can't
voice.
hear you. Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
I can see you
Sorry.
transmitting.
Drovins is trying to say something.
Talk again?
Can you hear me now?
Yep, we're good.
So my character looks at Sky's character and says, "Maybe it's the stench of a celestial that drove him mad."
I wouldn't think so. I just came
Look up
here and
top.
these guys are like, even I can
Good one.
see that these are clearly been long dead.
Pat him on the back. Tarhun,
You,
you're a fucking
Zolmos!
funny one.
Stop sucking up to him.
Did you see what he did with that whip?
Why, yes, I did.
Poor perception.
Vharik has been very distracted. Vharik, you're distracted because as you look up further along the path, moving slightly ahead of everyone else, you can see a large two-story manor house. The top windows standing dark and empty, but some gentle light coming out of the ground story windows, at least a couple of them.
Are you gonna tell us this?
He does not.
The guy that we fought last night was a demi-lich, right?
Say again, sorry?
The guy that we fought last night was a demi-lich.
No.
No. What was he again?
Based on
Give
explosion.
me a
Calliope would have studied.
Give me a history check to see if you know exactly what he was. So you know, at first thought you're like, oh, he controlling undead could be a demi-lich, but you flick through your book and demi-liches are essentially just floating skulls. There's some sort of very powerful magical practitioner that's using, their magic to continue into the undeath. This creature doesn't match with that. Looking at him, you're not even sure 100% that he was undead or whether he was still alive. You flick through and go down, you do have a varying list. And the way he was holding himself, and at one stage he got cut and he was slightly still bleeding, it seemed. And you believe that he may have been some sort of deathlock or something similar. He was still flesh and bones, but he had command over these undead creatures. That wasn't necessarily necromantic magic of his own.
Oh, so he was an actual death clock.
He was a member of Death Clock. I told you.
He was a member of
Yeah,
Death Clock.
yeah, okay.
And did you guys
Sorry?
did you guys kill him last night? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Atticus finished him.
Do we know if he was a part of like an order? Like, was he just a pleb or was he in charge of?
Well, he was definitely in charge. So, some of you guys did overhear. He essentially said, "Be gone from my estates. Guards, seize them."
So his estates. Okay. So
yeah, you pick up that he was in charge. He was maybe a lord or some sort of powerful individual with control over these creatures that were following him.
So we are assuming, right? This is to the group. We're assuming that this place is somewhat empty.
Yes. Since we killed
Yeah.
him last night,
Okay.
yeah.
So Calliope, what are you taking away from all this? You think it's safe to go in?
It stinks outside, and I'd rather get inside where it probably stinks less.
I feel like the stink is going to be more in there, but that's just my personal opinion.
I'm waiting to find out.
We're about to
Throw
find
the
out.
card in there.
As a random way, I don't know why I'm thinking this after Calliope said this. I actually cast Silent Image and recreate the exact zombie from last night that was in charge, and follow closely behind him.
Oh god!
And try and use it as like a way to enter into the meta.
But Before we go in though, I'm gonna just take off my headscarf and I'll give it to Calliope to sort of like wrap around her nose if she wants or mask it.
Is it supposed to be pitch black?
Can you see now?
Scroll up.
Yes.
The nice
Zach?
dark line, but that's about it.
Can everyone see?
Yeah, there's a black line and then.
Yeah, that's meant to be there.
Okay, cool.
Alright, great, fantastic. Then we can see. Huzzah!
So it's nighttime, yeah?
No, so as you get closer and closer to this manor house, the shadows seem to just build up, and darken. You get a little bit closer, you can see suddenly these two statues arrayed out the front. In their hands, you can see just a slight flickering light as they're carrying a lantern, and you get slightly closer, and this light glows brighter and brighter and brighter until it floods the front of the manor house with just a nice warm white light spilling across the front. As the deep shadows start to lift in the area, because it's almost turned into almost nighttime dark, but not quite. You can still see the sun hinting through from the sky above where it used to be. But light does, dapple across the front of the manor house. And you can see symbols engraved deeply within the stone walls. Reddish-brown stains cover the pristine white marble inlaid underneath. So you can see these symbols. I'll just show you what you're looking at here. Misk. So you can see all over the front of this manor house, you can see etched into the stone is these symbols. Looks like there was pristine white marble inlaid into underneath it, but it's got this reddish-brown stain that's, looks like it's cracking off of the material.
It is the symbol.
You can see a large set of double doors standing in the middle of the room here.
Does anyone know what that symbol is?
Out of character.
We won't worry about Derek just so we don't having to remote control another character. We've got enough people on the board.
Yep, cool.
I light up my sword to see if that provides any more light.
Yep. So you whisper your word for the sword, Inferno,
Yep.
and ignites up. Was it 20 feet and 20 feet?
I think it's some crazy like 60.
Or even 40 feet and 40 feet, something crazy like that.
Yeah, it's 40. Yeah, it's 40 and 40.
40 and 40.
Where was the symbol?
It's all over in patterns across the front of the building.
Okay.
Vharik, as you ignite your sword, the flames kick up brightly, and everyone just pulls their eyes away for a second while your vision resets. The sword doesn't seem to push out quite as far as you're used to in a normal night. It almost seems muted. About 30 feet away from you, it starts to just shrink back in on the edge as these almost oily shadows still flicker and move, almost with their own life.
God, more shadows.
Okay. Can Phaedra inspect one of the symbols up here and maybe do a history check to see if she knows anything?
Yeah, give me a history then if you're trying to think about what you've studied in the past.
Or like come across with information. Come on. Oh, seriously? It doesn't want... Okay. Yeah.
Even with that low history check, you never really paid attention, not super, into your book studies. But you did see a few people during and immediately after the war walking around with this symbol carved into weapons, and a few people with it on jewelry that they wore. You recognize this as the Celestial Seal.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I walk up to the symbol and touch it and look at it as well, and I go, "It's the Talstag Steel."
I'll just shake my head at that, and I'll just be like, "Oh, what? Calliope." And I'll
You don't believe me, Phaedra?
No.
Fine.
So all you know about this symbol, Phaedra, you don't know how it works or exactly, but something to do with muting the power of the gods. Seems to, people wore it as like a, almost a charm to keep the gods at bay. Warriors would engrave it into their weapons when they were planning on going to fight against, the forces of whichever god they were going to war against. But you don't know how it works or if it was just superstition.
Okay. So Calliope won't know much more.
Oh, Calliope, you can do a check
Yeah,
if you
that's
want.
why I'm calling Calliope over to sort of say the symbols.
in,
I've
like-
given her the brief. Yeah.
You want me to do
I'll say
a history?
sounds useful.
Hey, again, sorry.
Who's first?
So, go, Drov.
Yeah, so I'll look at it and say, sounds useful. Something that can stop the gods. Wonder if it can stop everything the gods created.
I look at Tarhun and go, aren't we all created by gods?
I'll be like, are
This
you
existence is a lie.
Oh right, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
you implying
Matrix
something?
guy, I forgot about you.
Calliope, you swear you've heard it somewhere in the back of your head, but flicking through your book must be something that is more recent. That wasn't written about back when you were studying at school. It's probably nothing to do with like arcane magic that you're more interested in, and yeah, you're flicking through books. Must be something more recent that was discovered or utilized when you were living in your aunt's house away from civilization for quite a long time.
So is the party aware that this is Celestial Steel, or just Phaedra?
Phaedra, did you tell everyone
Yeah,
what it's called?
I'd actually mention it, yeah. And I'll mention what
I'm-
little I know.
I'm going to grab Phaedra's hand and press it against the seal.
Hey!
Give me a athletics versus
Verse.
athletics or or acrobatics if you want, Phaedra.
One's athletics.
So, yeah, athletics or acrobatics.
Beat that this
that's good.
time! Come
Oh
on.
god, we've done this twice now. Can you do it
Alright,
twice?
Derek.
So I need it. You want an athletics or
Yeah, go athletics check. Straight roll because you're not raging.
No.
You go to
Roll a
grab the back
2.
of Phaedra's head, and she manages to redirect you and slide your hand off, knocking yourself against the wall. And bumping into one of these statues, which seem to rock slightly precariously as you bump it, before it settles back onto its large stone pedestal.
Yeah, mate, come on. Do you want to try that again?
you want to prove?
I think you should.
You want to prove your worth? Touch the seal.
Now Bryce is gone.
Now he's dropped.
Love it. I'll be back.
And
So you want me to touch this to prove?
Yeah, I really want you to touch that seal.
Well, maybe you should have just asked first before, like, trying to force me to do it.
I want to do an intimidation check on it. I want to intimidate her and tell her to touch the seal.
You?
Tarhun, we've saved your life, mate. Just settle down.
You guys are both giving off some very rapey vibes, just saying.
oh god.
It didn't work.
What?
Just touch the seal.
We've watched,
I'll just be like,
we've watched
whatever.
Tarhun get knocked out before as well, Nerd Rage.
Vutha, what are you doing over there near that statue? You look like you're up to
Checking
something.
out the statue.
What are you
Poking,
looking for?
prodding, pulling on
particular?
things, seeing if there's secret levers that open up secret doors.
Okay,
You know,
cool. Give me,
usual curiosity fiddling around.
give me a investigation check.
Sure.
This is the first time that we've ever checked for traps.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
We've always been a bit gun-ho.
So you approach this statue, and it's essentially a large human male by the look of it. He seems to be dressed in almost ceremonial armor, and he's holding onto a scabbarded sword at his side, and in his left hand he has a lantern. The whole statue is made of stone, but the lantern is made of some sort of dull iron or type metal. But as you're checking through, you don't notice anything that moves from it. You give it a bit of a pull and a prod and checking underneath and in the shadows behind it. And then you come around to the front and you notice as you bring your scaled skin close to the lantern, there's no heat coming off of it. It's just light. You'd expect even a small lantern like this the glass to be at least a little bit hot if it was normal flames.
Magic.
Why you are all over in the corner? That's funny.
Yeah, I
Touch
just
it,
want
touch it,
everyone
Phaedra,
else
touch
to-
it,
we're all
very
having,
fun.
like, a
Magic.
That's what you're doing, other than bullying Phaedra.
Yeah, apparently bullying Phaedra.
What did I do to deserve this?
How big
Can I
do they?
snap the lantern off and carry it?
Give me a strength check.
Jesus.
Unless you want to use tools, not stealth.
Stealth. Sorry.
Unless you want to use tools, or tell me how you want to do it. If you're just
do you
trying
have,
to
like, tinker
grab the
tools
chain
or
and
something?
snap it, let me know how you're doing. If you want to use something else to get this lantern off,
I do have a hammer and I have a crowbar.
yeah, there we go. All right, give me a strength check at advantage then.
Okay, that I think I can do. Right, that's actually strength this time.
Oh no.
No, honestly, with a 9, this lantern, as you jam your crowbar into the base of the chain, it takes a little bit of time. It does take a minute or so of just like levering, but you can see the metal starting to move. Eventually, it does take you a while, but with the crowbar, a minute and a half, you eventually loosen up, and the chain snaps out of the stone mortar that it was attached to that statue in. And yeah, so you've got
a lantern, magical lantern.
Let's give you some light.
Do I notice him doing that?
Yeah. At this stage, you're finished bullying Phaedra, and you can see him with a lantern hanging from his free hand.
Crowbar.
Alright, I am just strength test.
Yeah, if you're gonna try to rip the lantern off the other one.
At advantage or just normal?
Normal roll, unless you can think of some way to improve the
Nah, I'm
chances.
just gonna
But you
grab
just
it. I'm just gonna
I can
grab
loan
it
him my
with my
crowbar.
paw and just rip it off.
Just brute strength it. Go for it. Straight roll.
Oh my god.
I think
two
no,
ones,
that's
man.
too far.
Place is
Reload.
cursed.
So, what does happen as you grab this lantern and you just pull it down with all of your might? Vharik and Tarhun, I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws as this essentially 14-foot stone statue just towers over you.
14.
Don't. Phaedra's gonna try and stop it.
He just said 14 foot.
It's a big old statue.
Shit.
You said only 2 of them. No, I'm only joking.
Where Calliope was fine. She's essentially up close to
right,
the wall.
14
yeah,
foot.
It's falling that direction essentially between the 2 of them.
Can I try and steady it or like slow it down? No, it's just this big bulky.
Not yet. This is
Okay,
happening because you're
okay.
stuck behind.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, Tarhun, give me a dex save. Oh, sorry, you did. With 11, that's not going to quite be enough.
Hey, Drovens, reload. Reload.
You just became cool.
Surely I have to have a roll eventually.
Oh god, you're getting some fantastic rolls. You do have advantage from because your skills.
Okay.
So roll one more dex save for me just to see if you can do better than 11.
Is that a
No,
No.
Drovens, you seriously need to reload roll 20. That is
You may
just-
need to reload roll
yeah.
20. But you are going to take.
I used the
Cannot
help
be
action to
3
try and
fucking ones.
jump over and push him out of the way before it all like I tried. No.
So
God damn it.
Tarhun, as this happens, you just tear the chain out. This lantern does come free in your hand, and you're like, yes! As you look up, this towering statue just crushes down. You manage to partly roll out of the way, so at least you're not crushed underneath it permanently, but you do take 10 points of damage as this massive stone block just smashes into your arm, and you feel some of your ligaments just like tear as you rip this, try to rip this lantern free, but the lantern is now stuck underneath the statue.
Phaedra's going to laugh a little bit. But she's going to go up to him and go, do you want me to help you with that?
He doesn't want help from you, bro. Look at that.
Yeah, you may need to quickly reload
Yeah.
roll 20. Sometimes it seems to get stuck just giving you nat ones. So yeah, that's a whole bunch of nat ones. And that's 1, 2,
Yeah,
3,
that's bro.
4 in the space of like 6 rolls.
Oh shit! I didn't see
Yeah,
all
just
the other
reload
ones.
that. Yeah, there's a lot of nat ones there. Oh, who dropped? Oh, and they're back. And yeah, you managed to like rip your arm out from underneath, but it's done just some damage, and the lantern is stuck somewhere underneath this now prone statue on the ground, which is essentially here. No one draw other things on it. No one draw other things on that. I know you do. I know you do it. I know you want to. No one do it. I know you'll want to.
Oh goddamn! The immaturity is even higher now.
So yeah.
How loud of a crack did that make? Sorry, let's get back into it. How loud of a big thump did that make?
It was obvious. It was quite telling. You could feel the ground just.
Don't whoever's doing that, don't.
Oh Jesus!
Don't do it.
So yeah, you look at the statue, and some of the things have like tumbled off of the top of it. And you can see wreckage all the way around Atticus, as it's no, it's not there.
Nice try. Let's try to cover it up.
But no, yeah, Phaedra's gonna jump over first, and she's gonna see if Tarhun wants a bit of healing because she's nice.
I'm telling you.
Even with the attitude.
You don't want to see your celestial hands touch him.
Well, it's either that or he can go around with a bunged arm.
He'll go with the bunged arm. He just turns his back and looks at the wall.
But yeah, you don't imagine that you can probably get that lantern out from underneath the statue. It may be crushed and broken up there. But Vutha, you do have a nice lance which is just burning in your hand.
Vutha's like, oh, I got it.
Has a shiny man.
All right. How big? All right. How big are these doors?
Fairly sturdy-looking double doors. You can see they're made of a dark brown wood with metal rivets driven through it, and some iron banding across the front of them. You can see a large set of intricate brass handles on the front of them, and a large keyhole.
I walk up to the party. Oops, sorry, wrong one. I walk up to the party. I'm like, well, that was exciting. Since we've already knocked on the ground, we might as well just knock on the front door, right?
Sounds good. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Let's just knock and ask for who's inside.
No.
I'm just joking.
Thomas,
You still haven't touched that seal.
I'm just gonna ignore Vharik and turn to Calliope and go, you've taken notes of this, haven't you, so we can ask around later?
Vutha, give me a athletics check if you're climbing down a cliff.
It's not a cliff.
It's not a steep cliff, but it's a series of drop-offs. Yeah, 10, that gets you down there okay. You can see, Vutha, as you push up away from the door, as the rest of these people seem to be arguing over the doorway, a series of rose beds and trees and old gardens and fountains, and it is desolate. Never mind this tree here, it's just this skeletal remains, because the map is the map. But you can see all the vegetation around here is just dead, decayed and died. As you, on all fours, clamber back up the rocks again. Yeah, you can see the manor house continues on around the side. All the windows on the bottom floor are covered over. You can see metal gratings on the outside and heavy wooden shutters barring the inside. That's right, you can continue looking around. I'll yell at you if you trigger a trap or something bad happens.
I'll just roll initiative now, shall I?
You should probably just roll initiative now. So while Vutha's off exploring around the place, what would the rest of you like to be doing with this door?
Can I properly investigate it and see if Calliope wouldn't check for traps? So see if we can just open it straight away.
Yeah, so you grab hold of both of these large brass door handles and try to pull them down. Seems to be locked.
Well,
I'm looking in through the window, seeing if I can see anything in this stairwell.
In through there, as you stick your snout up against the arrow slit that you can see, it is just the smell of rotting flesh wafting over you in through there. There's no light as you hold your lantern up above it. There's no light coming back from within, but you can see a stairwell leading upwards as you have clambered up essentially the side of the building a little bit to see in through this arrow slot. But yeah, you don't hear any movement from within. You just get that strong smell of rotting flesh. Within 20 investigation.
Oh jeez, streak because you're going all the way around. Okay.
You know your sense of flesh. This smells like mostly animal flesh. But as you pull around to one of the other window, you can briefly see in. Let me just steer you back here because that was a pretty good check. Can I? There you go. Can you see that?
Yep.
So in through here, you can see essentially an iron portcullis of some sort. Looks like heavy iron bars. And you can see not a skeletal form, but the flesh is mostly decayed. It looks like a humanoid figure has been dead for quite an amount of time, locked inside of the center of this one tower here that you can just make out.
Okay.
But the rest of the smell, you smell a lot of dead animal, as well as just a touch of dead human.
Cool.
But yeah, Calliope, jiggling the door handles, seems to be locked.
Can I just
I look
open
at Calliope and go. I go to Calliope. Huh? You're a real genius, aren't you? Just open the door.
Yeah, that's what Phaedra was going to do next, was just try and open it.
You're all just trying to open a door.
This feels like another time that Halloween party that we had ages ago, where Fleet spent ages just opening the door.
On this door, are there any seals?
Yeah. In the middle of each of the doors, engraved into the wood and inlaid with what looks like some sort of silvery metal. Could be, maybe lead. It's hard to tell in the weird shadows that are playing across it. Could be lead. Could be maybe silver, but it doesn't look like it. Hard to tell. But yeah, you can see a couple of these symbols inlaid in the front of the doors.
I'm going to ask Phaedra to try and help me barge this door down, and as we're going to barge the door down, push her into a seal.
Well, no, I was going to say, without you even, trying to say, because I was going to say I was opening the door, I was just going to put two hands on it and just try and push it. How big are they? Can I do that?
Yeah, so okay. Give me a strength check if you want. Vharik, were you going to join her?
Yep.
It's just forcing me.
Also making sure she touches the seal.
I'm not paying attention, but yeah, I'm just if they're right in the middle, I'm going to be putting my hands right in the middle of them.
Do I get advantage on that?
So either one of you with advantage or both you roll separate.
What was it, strength?
Give me an athletics check. So either Vharik with advantage or each of you independently.
I got a +3.
I got a +6, so I'm happy to take advantage if you want.
You just push me through the door with it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to open the door with Phaedra.
Just jamming, using her as a battering ram. Right, Vharik, go ahead and roll at advantage. With that check, boom, you drop both your shoulders into it. The check's good enough that, Vharik, you definitely see Phaedra impact one of these seals that are in the door. Give me a perception check. So you see her cleanly make contact with Celestial Seal. Nothing appears to happen. You don't notice any change of her character or any, light or anything at all. Nothing seems to take effect.
I'll be like, what the bro?
But your shoulders bounce back off the door. You see it has slightly budged in, but it's not broken through yet. You can see it slightly bulging in. On the other side, though, with that perception check, as you're just eyes wide, listening out, looking for anything, you do hear some clattering of movement from inside as you've made contact with the door.
Okay, so it sounds like something's pressed up against it from the inside?
You just heard some sort of movement inside, a clattering sound.
There's something moving in there.
Shit, break down the door.
Zolmos
Vutha, you're the sneakiest. Do you have good... Are you able to unlock this door for us, do you think?
I have thieves' tools. I can give it a crack.
Well, our strength didn't work, so hopefully,
a bit of finesse this time.
Yeah.
What am I rolling for this?
So you'll see in your proficiencies, you'll see Thieves' Tools. If you click that,
I can
you'll-
roll from there.
yeah,
Sweet.
so use
What-
Dex.
which
It's
attribute?
essentially
Dex?
Dexterity. Yep. Dex plus proficiency.
Normal.
Yep, straight roll. 12. So you pull out your tools, and it is quite a hefty looking lock into here. And you think you managed to start to move it, and start to move, and just moving, and it's just not budging, and it feels like maybe part of the locking mechanism as Phaedra and Vharik have impacted the door is slightly bent out of shape, and you can't
Good one.
quite get enough leverage on there to pop that door open. As the whole door seems to be slightly shifted on its hinges from that impact.
Bloody brutes.
Yeah,
nah, you guys broke it too bad. How sad.
Is there another way in? Did you see?
Try and bust through this door again.
Yeah, you can give it another hit if you want.
Can I kick him into it this time? Boom.
Well, before we go on, do we want to continue with the finesse method? And we'll disregard.
Oh.
Oh no, that's just Vutha climbing down the cliff.
Oh, my bad. I thought that was Vharik having another slap at it.
You are Zolmos as
Save?
Yep.
no, not strict save. Athletics check. Yeah, Zolmos, as you're like talking about the finesse, you turn around and
How did I get another one?
Shit, man. That. Oh no. No.
Do another roll just for roll something just to see if it's fun.
yeah. Oh boy, you were just cursed.
Yeah,
on that.
roll again. Roll again.
Yeah, Zolmos, you look over your shoulder and Vutha has just like appearing and disappearing out of the shadows.
Hey guys, I found stairs.
It's just like the 3 strength base are at the door, like, no. We can, like, definitely break
Vutha
through
go,
this.
while I'm sitting back with Atticus and we're pretty much just chilling, like, with Calliope, Atticus and I. We're just like, yeah, look, mate, we're happy to go with you. These guys seem to be preoccupied.
Just headbutting the door, just punching it, dragging at it.
Yeah, I look at Calliope and go, you want to go with Vutha while these brutes do what they do?
There you go.
We going?
I'll just keep kicking this door.
So you just start to spend some time just booting again and again and again. Vutha, hold there for a second.
I just tumbled down the cliff.
Exactly. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, Vutha, as you go tumbling down the cliff. But the reason that you did tumble down this cliff that you've been just like ducking up and down from constantly is as you've gone to grab a handhold, you just heard this massive, just shattering sound behind you, and it and you turn as you see this doorway just collapse in as the combination
guys, we got the
might
door.
of Phaedra, Vharik, and Tarhun have just like ripped this entire door off of its hinges and have fallen in.
Back up
Okay,
we go.
Vutha. Oh wait, the brutes figured it out.
Oh.
And
That's
don't
the skeleton.
And wait a second. As the door hits the ground, I say, knock, knock, motherfuckers.
and roll initiative.
Did say we could just knock
just
earlier,
slapped
but
her in the
no, that wasn't cool enough.
Well, no, I thought Calliope did knock.
She did.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
she
did she?
jiggled it.
Yeah,
No,
she
she jiggled the hand.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was the one who was like, oh, let's. Oh, fuck, did I click on my guy? I did. I think.
You did Atticus.
No, I was not in that one on my sheet. So that's Zolmos, not Atticus.
Oh, okay.
So,
On the wrong character.
as you're still finishing rolling, what you see immediately is these doors just kicking up a bit of dust on the floor inside. What you first see is 2 skeletal figures in coats of old, worn chainmail. You can see some sort of tabards or jupons over the top of them, with a slight crest, almost
We're missing someone.
unreadable in its state of decay. In each of the skeleton's hands, you see them holding a large halberd as they turn and clack their teeth at you and turn to start to charge, bearing down with these giant halberds.
How'd you do that? Show me that. Hold on a second. Go back to the screen. How'd you do that noise? That's sick! Holy Holy shit!
What movie was that off?
World War Z, they do that.
Yeah. Oh, didn't like that. We're missing Zolmos on there, and I need to take a break because puppy's dinners.
Okay, that's all right. What's your... Yeah, there's a few people ahead of you. So.
Oh, I'm a nat 1.
Zolmos is in that one.
Yeah, I accidentally,
Zolmos is a 1.
Yeah.
Is everyone else on there? Deciding. So we got Vutha, Skeletons, Phaedra, Tarhun, Atticus, Calliope, Zolmos.
Can't see myself on there.
What did you get?
I got an 8, I think. Yeah, 8. Picked my token though. Didn't work.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't register. There we go. I'll say what else you see as you look, at least Tarhun, Vharik, and probably Phaedra. Calliope, it's a bit hard to see past these just hulking brutes standing in the doorway. But you do get a glimpse of, looking in, you can see a series of crates and boxes and barrels, some with their lids standing open. In the middle of the floor, however, especially Calliope, your eyes are drawn to it. You see some sort of spell-type ritual circle arrayed on the floor in just slightly glowing symbols. In the middle of that series of symbols, you can just see, with a spray of blood, a fairly recently deceased human woman.
Phaedra will
Blood
notice
spread
this
across
too?
the ground. Yeah, all of you guys up the front definitely see it.
Okay.
But top of the initiative order, as you clamber back to your feet, Vutha, what would you like to do?
Is Tarhun blocking the door? Those 3 brutes completely blocking the doorway?
What
Or...
does that say? Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
go
ahead.
Are the buffheads blocking the doorway, or can I get an arrow past them to that skeleton?
Not from where you are right now, because essentially you're at the bottom of a bit of a small cliff. There's Zolmos, the buffheads, everyone in the way. It would be very, very challenging to get a shot through there.
Alright, well I may as well, I can climb up the cliff and head to there.
Yep, give me a athletics check. Try to get up to off those cliffs again.
Yay. There we go.
Oh, easy. Yeah. Just dropping down to all 4. You saw the rock that slipped before and you clamber up the cliffs past the skeletal part of the tree.
So Zolmos is literally saying Vutha trip over himself and also become a fucking magician and just like leap through the air.
Yeah. It just, just like glorious tumble down
through the air.
And then he just drops to all 4s and just skitters like a gecko up the side of this cliff and just almost comes up from the gecko walk into like that the bearded dragon or the frill-neck lizard, how they come up on their hind legs as he comes running past the tree. You do have a better line of sight, but they are still going to get partial cover.
Yeah, I can see the decagram
here. Yeah, so they'll get a little bit higher AC if you try to take that shot.
Alright,
what would you like to do?
Can I just hide here and then hold the action? If they get out of the way, I'll just launch an arrow through the door at that skeleton.
Absolutely, give me a stealth check.
I think I clicked the right thing.
Once,
it's gonna be.
yes.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah, and almost as you disappear, you see Vutha go to run behind this like skeletal trunk of a tree, and your eyes like dart to where he should be coming out of at that speed, and he just doesn't come out. And you're like, oh damn.
Yeah, Zolmos is very impressed by Vutha all the time. He doesn't know
so
it.
you're holding your
no,
holding your shot until you get essentially a clear line of sight onto one of these skeletons.
Yep. The first thing that appears in the door that is not a friend.
That's good because these 2 skeletons are charging into the doorway here. And you see them just drop the halberds and just run charging in, one towards Tarhun and one towards Vharik. Oh, that's a solid miss on both of them. As Tarhun and Vharik, just both of you at the same time, just knock these skeletons' halberds down to the ground at your feet as they jam into the stonework in the floor here. As they just skitter to a halt. But they seem to be trying to bar your way and stab you with these halberds. Phaedra. Yeah, bonus action if you want a hex. So yeah, so as you see that body laid out and sacrificed on the floor, what does your hex look like? So you see these essentially scaled tendrils just start to wrap around one of these skeletons here. Just slightly golden light. Let's say he is hexed. And what would you like to do? You can probably get a clean line of sight. You're just ducked in behind Tarhun. What were you going to do? Shoot at him? What are you firing at him? Oh, disadvantage on one of his ability checks. Yeah, what would you like to give him? Wisdom? Done.
Oh shit, are we synergizing? Is it happening?
They're 10 feet away with the halberds. So yeah, you can try to push through that doorway, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you can muscle your way through and get in behind, but it would just be a straight roll. Can take swing. Done. Two-handed or single-handed? Okie dokie, artichoke. Hiya. That's 12 misses. So as you duck in behind, muscling aside one of the crates as you punch through, you just jam this axe down, but it seems to skitter off the chainmail on the back of the skeleton's body. Staying there. You got maybe 5 feet more movement. Roger. Tarhun.
He just lashes out with his bonus action and whips the skeleton directly to his...
Done. Roll advantage.
I realize how kinky Tarhun's getting.
I see a moose.
Hello, Moose. Oh, he's a hungry boy. 21. Yep, that'll hit. For 5 points of damage.
Am I able to drag him towards me?
Yeah, with that attack, give me a... if you want, you can use your action to try to drag him towards you.
Nah, instead I'll just run forward and just smack it with my...
Done. As you're charging another advantage. So this whip wraps around one of its ankles and just reefs back, destabilizing the skeleton as Tarhun charges in. Ooh. And just sword in his offhand and just crunches through, just shattering through these links of chainmail armor as the skeleton scatters onto the ground in just a jumble of bones across the floor. Any movement?
For my other movement, I'm just going to slide in and go on the same movement, smashing through the bones as I'm passing, and I'm going to stop on the other side.
No worries.
As my charge carries me all the way through past the skeletons that crumbled.
So you kick the bones up, it's shoulder past Phaedra, dropping the shoulder into her as you disappear past, and over to Atticus. What would Atticus like to do, whoever's controlling him?
It's me. I think Atticus is the sort of guy who likes to test things out, so he'll all come and stand up next to Calliope, I believe. That should be... I didn't check the movement. Fuck, sorry. That's only what...
Yeah.
Yeah, count that for me. Sorry, my dog's biting me. And then I'm going to cast Firebolt onto that skeleton.
Roll it. Swing and a miss as the skeleton just ducks down and the firebolt narrowly misses Tarhun, flying back and just slaps into the side of one of these crates further inside, and you see shards of wood just go scattering across the floor.
I'm really bad with Warlocks. I've never touched one. I've looked at them.
He doesn't have many bonus actions at this stage.
Okay, great, because I have no shit idea what to do. So we're just gonna step back and hide behind here, so he's got at least some partial cover or some shit.
Duck in behind the door. Done.
Yeah.
Calliope, what would you like to do?
Do what I do every time, and chill touch.
Oh damn, son! What a hit!
Oh damn, that is good. This skeletal hand just jams into the creature, just ripping through the chainmail, and you see this hand like claw and climb its way into the chest cavity of this skeleton, just ripping out chunks of bone and rotting fabric. and he
And
still has his hand like crawled into his chest cavity.
she'll just stay there.
Roger. Vharik.
Doing what I do. Just gonna charge in. Give him one out. Peace.
So at advantage because you're flanking with Tarhun.
Yep.
14. You try to get your flaming sword up to bear, but the skeleton almost charges into you, and you fumble the blow trying to make your way around his guard, but his halberd's getting in the way as he lifts it up underneath your feet and stumbles you as you charge in, narrowly missing him. Anything else?
That's it.
Zolmos.
Hey, just a
Unless you
random.
did you want to move, Vharik?
That's it. I'll stay there.
Okay.
You definitely didn't hear a voice coming from the shadows saying, "Get out of the freaking way."
Hey, just a random question. I never got to use my silent image. Did we do that? Should I mark a spell slot off for that still?
Up to you. Yeah, so we had a Zomble, didn't we?
Yeah, we were meant to, but I never used it, or we didn't even fucking talk about it. So,
Up to you. I can give you a zombie standing around next to you if you like. Or...
No, it's fine. I was just wondering if I mark off a spell slot or not.
Nah, you'll be right. Don't worry about it.
Because it was probably 10 minutes of fucking barging a door anyway.
Pretty much, yeah.
I will do what I always do. Run up and
Make fun of the skeleton.
make fun of the skeleton. Call him a fucking bag of bones.
As he does.
Our original.
And they got disadvantage now, don't they?
What?
The...
No. So that's only for wisdom
skills.
checks. It's not wisdom saves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, otherwise Hex would be
Right, damn it.
freaking sick.
Okay.
Hex would be amazing. If
I
that was
mixed
the
that
case.
up then, sorry.
He doesn't have a good wisdom save, and once again, he turns at you and he
It
just
was,
looks
it was my
slightly
weak
confused.
ass. It was my weak ass mockery of calling him a bag of bones.
You need to get some better jokes.
He just looks at you and he's kind of, you sense that he understood you, and you sense that even though he can't talk, he would have said, yeah, that's kind of what I am.
I just look at my.
Just pick it up.
I just put my hands in my pocket, like sort of just kick the fucking rock in front of me.
he looks at you, not even upset, just disappointed, honestly.
Oof.
I'm disappointed in myself. I had some mean ass mockeries at the start. Now they're just getting weak.
Anything else? Staying there, kicking a rock, looking ashamed.
Yeah, look, honestly, I'm genuinely ashamed of myself.
Vutha, back to you.
Alright. Seeing as everyone's in my freaking way, I'm going to move over to here. Yeah, that'll work. That should get me a shot. And take a hot shot at this bloody skeleton.
Yep, easy enough.
Where am I? And what don't I have? I don't need that, don't need that.
Yeah, you got to clear up where you are now.
I still get sneak attack?
Yeah, yep, you got sneak attack. You got allies all around him.
That's what I thought. Short. That was normal, isn't it?
Yeah, because you would have had to break your stealth
Yeah.
to come into the light here.
Blech.
Oh, it's hard. You're being careful, trying to not stick an arrow into the back of Varric's leg. You can't quite manage to get a clear shot into it.
Hell, just hide with this statue, I suppose.
No
That's how
worries.
that goes. Yeah, there we go.
Easy, ducking back into the shadows of the statue. The skeleton is going to try to bring his Howard back to bear against you, Vharik. 15? Just misses, I think. Yep. So yeah, you see him come up and just slam this huge halberd down in the ground just next to you as you nimbly sidestep it out of the way. No effect. Yeah, he's just going to stay there. Phaedra, over to you.
I'm swinging at him. I won't get advantage, will I?
Yeah, he's surrounded. You got advantage.
Okay. I'm going for a bada boom.
So, bonus action, you can transfer your hex onto him.
Oh, yeah, sorry, it was on that one, wasn't it? I didn't realize. Yeah, okay, and I'll
Yep.
do that too.
There you go. Done. Bonus action, transfer hex. And
Oh, I haven't got the hex thing. It's plus D6, isn't it?
that's fine because he's dead.
Okay. I missed
As
the
you
last
just
one, so.
you see these golden scale tendrils just wrap around this skeleton's skull, and then Phaedra's in behind this like slightly like twinkling light, crushes this skeleton's whole body just down into scattered shards of bone and dust on the ground.
Was that the celestial part coming out of Phaedra?
Yeah. So you see these slightly golden scaled, not necessarily celestial, you feel this, these weird golden scaled tendrils.
Oh, okay.
And because she did that just before I was about to rip him apart with my bare hands, I'll look at her and go, I had that one.
Too slow.
Zolmos goes, no, I did.
The skeleton with the last like inches of your better go. Looking back your direction,
I'm gonna kick its skull away. I'm just gonna boom.
As a skull clatters across the ground into one of the walls, and the room goes silent once more.
Okay. Are we gonna stay in initiative because I still got my movement?
Is anyone going to do anything that's going to require initiative?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, we're all just gonna fucking start turning on Tarhun. Yep, we got this.
I mean, honestly, you guys, I never know. Right, I'm clearing initiative in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Wait. No.
God damn it. Initiative's cleared. I never know with you guys. I always got to give you the opportunity to
That's
stab
true.
Phaedra.
Yeah.
Well, Phaedra, after that, she's gonna come and check out this circle and
So
the person.
as
Calliope's interested in that straight away.
Yeah.
No worries. So I'll just give you a bit more description as the rest of you move inside. As you step into this room and now you're not focused on these skeletons that are trying to stab you, immediately just the wash of rotten, fetid, rank, dying and dead flesh just washes over you from just all around you. It's almost like just walk into a wall of this stench as you open up that door and charge in. Across the other side of the room, you can see a pretty decent-sized fire burning in the fireplace. Although it doesn't seem to help bring any heat to this unnaturally cold room that you move inside of. In the middle of this large ritual circle, you can see a female human. Simple traveling clothes, pants and a tunic. As you get close enough to see, you can see her throat has been just cleanly severed and slit down. And looking close, you can see hints of bone as almost her entire head was just severed with a very clean cut all the way down to the vertebrae underneath.
Can I see how recent it is?
Give me a medicine check.
Where is it?
I'll assist.
Assist, two of you. All right, Phaedra at advantage.
At advantage. That's a little bit better.
So it looks like the body is just starting to rot as you close in as close as you can without disturbing the circle around on the floor, unless you do want to get in right on top of this body.
We should have actually probably ascertained. Yeah. Yeah, so that's just from the outside.
Okay, so just staying back, the body is just starting to rot a little bit. You imagine that she couldn't have been dead for more than 5, 6, 7 days. It's just starting to bloat. The blood around has dried, but you still do see a little bit of almost stickiness as it does still retain a little bit of moisture in this cool environment around here. So yeah, maybe 5 days to a week tops.
I'll relay this to Calliope, and I say maybe because it's relatively recent, there could possibly be others. If it looks like a ritual spell.
True. I would like to look at the actual ring itself to see if it's safe for us to go in. / know what is it?
Give me a Arcana check.
Oh boy.
Unless someone wants to help you, straight roll.
I can try and help you.
Are you trained in Arcana? I mean, you can cast
My
spells, but it's more
Arcana's-
intuitive spell casting.
Yeah, not really.
I'm gonna say
Mine's more
not
history.
you, Phaedra.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of your spell casting is given to you
Oh,
more so
sorry.
than studied magic.
I
That's
totally
all good.
forgot I had Atticus. Atticus will also assist in whatever's going on.
Atticus can help Calliope in this. Yeah, the two of these two. So yeah, advantage. 21, very nice.
21.
21. So the two of you open up your books, and Atticus starts to scan down at some of the ruins embedded into the ground. And you can see it's almost done in a slightly glowing, chalky kind of material as he looks closely. This very, very fine, powdered, greyish dust that is still just giving off hints of light. And quickly flicking through your book, you don't recognize the exact spell that this is, but you definitely identify what this spell was intending to do.
Is it a ritual?
Yes, it's a ritual.
Okay. Sorry.
And it's nothing like what you've seen in your Mage's College, but you instantly recognize the angles of some of the symbols, some of the exact symbols you've seen before in books. You recognize this is a plane shift spell. Someone's been trying to shift from this plane of existence into another. But with 21, you can tell that it failed. You know that a ritual as powerful as this is a high-level spell that only some of the more senior lecturers in the college could pull off back in the day when you were at school. If this ritual had have triggered, all of this powder around the edge, it would have just burst into essentially fire and dissipated as this spell was completed.
Yep.
And it's not like the normal plane shift spell that you would have seen someone do. It's to the same effect, but cast in a different manner. But yeah, you definitely gather that whoever this woman was, her life soul, her life essence was used to try to power this spell.
Can I search her?
Oh yeah, and so you imagine that this spell isn't a risk to anyone. It looks like it's failed.
Yeah.
It just is slowly petering out, and it's not doing any sort of. It doesn't pose any threat to anyone closing into this circle.
Well, then I'll just search her for anything useful.
Go for it. Give me...
Atticus will assist in any way he can.
Okay, investigation check at advantage.
While
they're
doing
that,
can I investigate the skeleton?
Yep. So you start checking over the skeletons, kicking some of the bones out of the way. All of their chainmail, their simple leather boots, one of which is completely missing a boot. It looks like it, back in the day, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, probably used to be half-decent quality chainmail armor. Same as their halberds, they're showing their age, but they look like they probably used to be pretty decent quality weapons back in the day. They wear simple jupons, and pulling them apart, the fabric's frayed and thinning out and decaying, but it looks like it used to be some sort of silken fabric. And they're probably quite well-to-do guards uniforms, but you imagine, quite a number of years ago though. But the rest of the skeletons, you see the halberds, chainmail, some boots, simple copper helm on each, but nothing else seems to be on them.
Alright, so I'll just take a few moments, rip up one of the tabards, shuffle around in the bones, and I move over to Zolmos, and I give him the bag of bones that I have created, and go, here you go. This is what you wanted, wasn't it? Bag of bones. And then I walk back over to the summoning circle.
Just leave the bones at my feet, as I've just written, cries in Bard.
just sulking in the corner.
Realizing how useless I am to the group.
I just duck back to Calliope and Atticus. As you close into the circle and check over the body of this woman, yeah, you can see she's simple clothes, well-worn boots. It doesn't appear she's not carrying anything. You're checking over her pockets, and then you see a slight glint of gold on one of her fingers, specifically on her ring finger, where a wedding band would be. And looking close, you can see a simple, fairly dull golden ring on her finger.
Well, I guess Calliope will just pick it up and take it.
Snaps the finger off.
As the ring comes off the finger, you pull it aside and look at it for a second, you can see some writing on the inside of the ring with that investigation check.
It says, One
Wondering towards the wall.
You guys are fuck, I'm putting that thing on.
So you see on the inside of this ring, you see the quite fine engraving. You see together on these shores, TN in initials like this.
E-N.
But you do also notice as you stand up from looking in this ring, you hear an elvish voice in the back of your head.
What rank
You just hear, "Bonjour, mes amis. Welcome to my domicile. Welcome. Come and make yourself known."
Ooh.
I- Is it only them that heard it, or did we all hear that?
Who else speaks Elvish? So you
Okay.
all hear this voice in your head, but only those who speak Elvish understand the words.
This is going to be interesting. I think I do, actually.
You should do. You're half elf, so you
I'm
will.
half elf, so
You definitely would.
assume that I fucking do.
I mean, Zolmos is pretty dumb. He might have just
No,
hated
but
it.
you're
Pretty
saying that
dumb,
the
though.
new character creations doesn't have like the classic your race knows this, so yeah.
Your dad was Elvish.
I
You
definitely
100%
language
speak Elvish.
proficiency in
Yeah. Yeah,
Should.
so Calliope, Zolmos, you both hear it. Does anyone else speak Elvish?
Hold on a sec. I think Atticus can understand languages, but
Hmm.
I don't think he has to use a spell slot to do that. Let's just see. He also understands
He
it.
also understands Elvish, so yeah, he is this bonjour, mes amis.
I don't understand it, but I look confused. I turn around as if someone was whispering behind me. And I'm like, who the fuck was that?
Tarhun's really come out of his
As-
shell lately. I'm really happy.
Tarhun, as you say that, you all hear in your head, switching to common now. I am Purchacher here. Come visit me. We will talk.
It's a French.
I turn it back
I was
around.
gonna
And
like
I'm
this sounds a lot like
What was that, Tarhun? Sorry.
I turn back around. I'm like, wait, where the fuck is this guy? I look behind one of the boxes.
Give me a investigation check. Investigation or perception.
I didn't realize Tarhun was also as dumb as the bard.
perfect match.
Checking around madly, like looking behind some of the crates that were behind you. You knock off one of the lids, looking inside. It's just completely empty. There's nothing in there. It's just an empty box. Knocking aside another one, you see a couple of just cheap silverware forks in the bottom of one of them, but no one that would talk to you.
So while he's doing that,
Calliope. Oh god. Yep.
sorry, I was gonna say, can we respond or attempt to respond to the voice?
What would you like to say? You can always try.
So it said, "Come and find me," didn't it, or something like that?
Yeah.
Sorry, my memory's very Where can we find you?
Do you speak Elvish?
No, it started speaking common to us, so we understood.
Yeah, so
it.
you heard that last bit in common.
Yeah.
Sing some John Farnham to this voice.
Yeah, I can just strum.
Yeah, so Phaedra's just going to be like, where can we find you?
You just wait and wait,
I'll turn to Calliope and be like,
and you don't hear anything else.
I stand up and go, start wiping away my tears. It's probably just the work of Lucas, don't worry, boys. I agree with Vharik and Phaedra here, though. Let's walk around and have a little bit more of a look.
well,
Pause there, guys.
whoop. Okay.
Just hold there. Yeah, just take it easy walking through this building a little
Okay.
bit.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
Well, I'll just say,
Just for reasons, it's
I
fine.
apologize. I walked up here and then walked back. Just so
yeah,
you-
no, that's alright, yeah.
So who was first in through this room?
Vharik pushed through Phaedra. Phaedra was
Probably
first
dragged
at the
Zolmos
door,
through
but yeah,
behind.
pushed through.
So as you move into this room here, the stench of rotting flesh is slightly dissipated. It's not quite as strong. And Tarhun, as you moved over that side and started kicking open those crates there, with that investigation check, the next crate you pulled open, you're just like stunned for a second as there's just a deer's head staring out back at you from the bottom of the crate, and you push that to a side, and there's just looks like the bodies of 2 or 3 deers have just been jammed into this thing. The flesh just like stripped from their bones, mostly skeletal now. Sorry, I missed that one.
Roll
there. my bad.
initiative.
No initiative.
I want to fight the skeleton deer.
I'm going to
Sorry.
shuffle through these papers, pretending I can actually read them.
So as you guys first enter this room, Vharik, you take that first step in, and as you start to move towards the table, you see 2 of these chairs just go fall over. So this chair here and this chair here just fall over. At the same time, you can see the flame in this candle here just slightly flicker as it's just lighting up this room.
So because I wasn't too far behind him, I would have noticed this as well.
I immediately cast my
Yeah.
gaze back at Phaedra, thinking thumbs up, with her still weary of a voodoo.
Yeah, voodoo hoodoo. You do?
As you do, you glance back to this random jumble of papers sitting on here. The rest of this room, it just contains more crates and barrels floating around. But you move up to this table where these 2 chairs are still knocked over, and glancing down, you can see crude drawings on all these papers. Some coloured in with bright colours, some just in what looks like pencil. One of them looks like it was done in ink, in just not particularly skilled hand.
Like a kid's drawing?
Can I walk to Vharik?
Like
now?
a kid's drawing. Yeah, you can keep moving around.
I can
Looks
move
like
to...
a kid's drawing.
Alright, I'll come over and be like, so what do you got? What have you found?
Anything decipherable from these actual pictures?
As you look closer, you lean down close and look in the light, bring up your sword higher up so you can see clearly these pieces of paper. You can see the immediate one that you look at is the classic kid's picture of a house that you immediately, recognize as a house. You've got the sun shining up in the corner in bright yellow, and you can see 4 small figures, a taller figure, and then a slightly shorter figure. Looks like maybe a dad, a mum, and 4 small children, all holding hands out the front of this house.
I look at Vharik and say, Vharik, that's a nice drawing you drew there. Is this supposed to be us?
I'm just going to hold it up to the rest of the party and go,
Yeah, keep going.
You back?
Yeah.
I'm going to hold the drawing up to the rest of the party and go, it's a house. See, I can read.
Vharik, as you touch the paper,
yeah.
You feel something smack into your shin. At the same time, Tarhun, you feel something pinch your butt.
I'm gonna look. I'll look under the table, thinking something's under the table.
I stare straight at Phaedra, and I'm like, "Get your filthy hands off me,
dude!" Yeah. What are
Vharik,
you going on about?
Vharik, give me a perception check.
You're going well tonight.
Why did that not work? Give me a second.
Uh-oh.
I mean, nothing bad's going on here. Why is this not working? Sorry, let me just sort this out here. It's misbehaving. I want to do this. Sorry, this thing's misbehaving. One sec. I was trying to get a certain statistic.
So, from the drawing that Vharik's held up of the family,
a house
with the kids and the mum, like the figures, stick figures.
I'm so sorry, I missed out on a few things there. What happened?
Vharik drew a pretty drawing.
With but the how good of a picture?
Stick figures.
I found a picture of a house and clearly said it's a house I can read.
Yeah, that's true.
and then something hit him in the knee, and someone pinched me on the ass, and I'm accusing this guy. And
okay, thank you. Sorry, I'm all caught up.
Vharik, as you look underneath the table, You actually look between your legs, and you see the chair behind you just shift across the tiles a little bit, but nothing seems to have caused that movement.
So this one?
I kicked the chair.
No, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, that chair there. You turn around and just boot it.
Hit the table and chair and flip the table and kick the chairs.
Hey, hey! I'm on the other side of the table.
I don't care.
Like, what the fuck?
Give me a second.
So, yep.
As you just feel this wave of force slam into your chest, knocking you back a step for 8 points of force damage, and I'll get everyone to roll initiative.
Okay. Damn you, stirring up the spirits.
As you feel some sort of entity in front of you has just did not appreciate that.
I've gone back to my bad initiative rolls. Oh, really? It even goes before
But yeah,
me?
so, and what was it? 8 points of, I want to say 8 points of force damage. Yep.
Oh, I'll take that off, sorry.
Where are we? There we go. Oh, why is my turn order not populating? Sorry, peeps. Give me a second.
Assume it was because you didn't have it up.
Yeah, usually it still populates when it's not up. Let me add turn. Oh, nope, there we go. It just populated. Took a minute.
Slow.
So, who we got? We
I was
got
going to say that was a random order.
Vutha,
How did...
Atticus, Vharik, Calliope, Zolmos,
Tarhun?
Phaedra,
Oh, there you
Tarhun. Is that everybody?
Yep. Tarhun's done before Phaedra as well. You need to reset it again.
Oh, me scusi. How's that? Better?
The spirits haven't gone in.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
That's right,
They're-
they don't get a turn.
They're there. You just can't see them.
Yep. Cool.
So, Vharik, as you just feel this wave of force, you see the air shimmer, and just a slight shimmer of a figure appear just for a split second, right in front of you here, before it just fades into nothingness again.
Any kind of like sense of what it was, like size or anything?
Okay, maintain your previous perception check. It very much looked like it came up to about your waist in height. Either a halfling or a child.
Fuck, if Lucas is in this room,
but-
I swear to Christ.
Vutha, you saw this same shimmer as you just heard Vharik cry out and just like clutch his chest as something has staggered him backwards.
Well, I saw it.
No, everyone in this room essentially saw it
Oh, okay.
as they looked up. But top of the turn, it's Vutha.
Okay, I got you now.
Alright.
We're fighting nothing at the
It
moment. How
just
good.
Disappeared. Cool.
But you definitely saw
Yeah.
something in this square, in this area, shimmer before it
Alright.
disappeared again.
Question.
I'm gonna like hold up and move around my magic lantern to see if it reveals anything, because it's a magic lantern.
Right. As your action, this is going to be. Give me a perception check.
Darkly. Not persuasion. On perception.
Perception.
There we go. That's better.
No. So you hold this lantern up high above you and trying to scan around and look in around this area, but you can't seem to make out anything. What's all that
Shitty
noise
man.
coming
Rookers,
from
your
me?
mic is being...
Oh, is it mine? Sorry.
I think it might
Yeah,
be.
it's
Yeah,
yours.
that was
Yeah,
yours.
Fixed it.
My stuff is slowly dying. I apologize.
Oh,
That's all right. Yeah, you don't notice anything with that check.
Alright. Well, I'll go stupid lantern, tuck it back away, and hide behind this crate.
Is it still
All of
doing it? Sorry.
no,
No, you're good.
I need to get some more new equipment.
no.
Right. Tarhun. As you turn back and start scanning the room for threats, you see a shimmer of light. This same child-sized entity right behind you, and you just feel this just wave of force slam into you. For 6 points of force damage, as it almost feels like the inside of your body just gets like pulverized and moved around. Vharik, over to your turn.
Considering I can't see this thing, I have no fucking idea what it was. I'm gonna make a non-threatening gesture and just be like, "I'm the fuck out of here." Start backing out of the room.
Give me a persuasion check. And are you still holding the drawing?
Am I still holding the drawing? No,
Yeah.
I dropped the drawing and fucking backing out of the room.
As you just lift your hands up and start to back away, nothing seems to happen as you start to move backwards.
5, 10, 15, 20. I'm like, fuck that. I'm out of there.
Atticus
don't
is
wanna
just
come
seeing
back for your
Vharik run.
souls?
As I do it, I'm consistently like keeping an eye on Phaedra, suspicious the whole time.
Yeah, you can get out to about there, pushing past Zolmos. Anything else? Any bonus action or anything else?
I'm just gonna hold my action, and if something attacks me, just swing as I feel it attack me.
No worries. Atticus, over to you. What would Atticus like to do? Anything?
I think Atticus is going to be like... Sorry, I've got my little measuring tool. I think I can only just reach up to where Zolmos is. I don't think I can push past him unless he uses my extra action. So I think Atticus, and this is because I'm not going to metagame. He has no fucking idea what's happening. So he's over here like, "Hey, what the fuck? What are you running from?"
Sounds about right. Just
in Atticus way. Yeah. And I guess he will just hold an action in case. I guess he'll hold to use Chill Touch if he gets threatened in any way, considering Vharik looks
Scared out.
So you can see this
a bit
just like
scared.
almost just like his face is bruising up, like this dark purple bruising already forming over his face and the top half of his chest. Something's like he's just been hit by a goddamn fridge.
Okay, yeah, Atticus is like, oh, yeah,
Fridges.
and he's and
Medieval
fridge, and he's gonna hold Chill Touch, I guess,
No worries for if he sees something.
if he gets attacked or whatever.
Okay, beautiful. Calliope, what would you like to do?
Guess she'll join on in. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gets me to there.
I'll be back.
And she'll just hold her action for a what's the spell after? A shocking grasp if if an enemy gets within touching distance of her.
No worries. Tarhun. Hello, Moose. Hi, Baba.
Tarhun is gonna raid.
Gonna rage? Hell yeah.
What the?
And then Tarhun is going to launch his breath weapon in the following direction.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus Christ!
Burn the place down.
Good boy. Okay, back into your bed, beautiful man. Good boy. No eating drubbins.
All right. So.
Yep, that'll work.
Pictures, and destroying all the artwork and destroying whatever's in there.
So yeah, as these just flames erupt, pouring across this table, you see all the pictures and the like little kids' drawings. The couple of crates in the side just ignite into flames. And in amongst the flames and the burning smoke, you see this childlike creature, just face just open in a rictus of pain, eyes completely missing, just swaying in the flames, just clawing at the fire around themselves. You see most of the flames are passing through, not affecting it, but you do see some of the flames wrap around, and you do see it reacting in pain, but it doesn't look like it was particularly badly hurt, i.e. looks like it's got resistance. But you do see the flames enveloping this creature in black smoke.
As you hear a dog barking in the distance.
As you hear a doggo barking in the distance. Sorry, I was gonna say Freya's eyeing off Phaedra, but she's eyeing off Sky. Anything else? So that's your action, Tarhun? Oh, and raging. Yep. Beautiful. Zolmos,
What
you
did I
see this
miss
creature. So right next to you, in amongst all these flames and black smoke from Tarhun, you can see this small child-sized creature, just see-through skin, screaming, facing just a rictus of pain, right next to you. Anyway, any movement, Tarhun?
He's not going to move because he knows there's something right next to him.
No worries. Zolmos.
I'm seeing this small kid. Does it looks evil as all fuck?
Give me just a snap insight.
Snap insight.
Yeah, so I'm not going to make you take your action for it. Just a quick insight check.
Okay, I feel
Pretty empathetic. So
yeah, I feel bad, sort of just attacking.
It's hard to see. You can see he looks in pain. And he's just turning and just glaring at Tarhun now. But you can see that he's only just visible. You can see it's probably a small boy by the look of it. As the smoke is like reaching around his face, you can see the vague outlines in the smoke and the flames kicked up from Tarhun.
My fucking Lucas part 2 with a poltergeist. It's okay, buddy. We're here to help. Poltergeist attacks me. Far out. I know that Zolmos is sorry. My character is a bit too empathetic. So he's like he's gonna yell out, "Oh, this is such a dumb move." Sorry. He's gonna walk in and be like, "No, Tarhun, don't do it!" And like as he's burning everything, I'm like yelling out to the poltergeist, "No, we're not the bad guy here!" Trying to like get Tarhun out of here.
So do you want to spend your action doing a persuasion check?
Can I back him up?
I want to say again.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
I sort of want to persuade. I kind of want to persuade 2 people here, but I'll try and persuade the.
It's a basic persuasion check to like simmer down the situation.
Calm
everyone down.
Yeah, you understood what I was going for. Yeah,
I understand what you're going for. Just to try to So give me a persuasion check.
Yeah.
Not bad. You see the creature here. His eyes were just glaring at Tarhun, just snapped to you instead, and just like slightly narrow, and his mouth starts to close up. And he starts to reach up a hand towards you.
I also use my the rest of I don't know if you're alright with this, but the rest of my movement just like to kneel down and like be like, "No, it's alright, and like trying to stop Tarhun. And that's
which is, as you kneel down, it's probably a good thing because you see the small child as the smoke is starting to fade away and he's disappearing back into nothing again. His eyes look at you for a second, then snap to the side. Tarhun, your gaze follows where he's looking, as this crate over here just slams across the side of the room, smashing to the side of your head, or attempting to smash into the side of your head.
I just brush it away.
But so you just lift up an arm and just like smash it up over the top of you, sending splinters up into the sky. Zolmos, luckily you're kneeling down because all these like shattered splinters of wood scatter over your head, as some quite delicate silverware scatter around you on the floor of just spoons and knives and forks. But then you just see this creature just sitting there, just like looking around, almost in confusion, and then staring just next to you, Tarhun, or next to Slump behind you, just looking behind you somewhere, almost looking through you, in confusion. But then he just stands there. Phaedra, what'd you like to do?
Did I pick up that this activity started happening when Vharik was handling the drawing?
Drawing's all fucking burnt now.
Well,
yeah, I reckon so. I reckon so. What's left of the drawings, which is not much.
Well, I was going to say, as that happens, can she try and snatch away as much as she can to stop it, or like pat a few of them down and collect them?
Yeah, there's a couple that are like just smouldering a little bit. You can try to spend your action like extinguishing them and trying to stop the flames burning.
And yeah, so I'm gonna do that and try and just gather them in, giving Tarhun a freaking dirty. Be like, bro, what the fuck? And
where the little bitch team coming out, Phaedra and Zolmos.
This works to her character, but she's gonna then turn her attention to the poltergeist and be like, "These yours?"
You see it just turn and just like reaching a hand out towards you, like this just clawed, shrinking small hand, as it starts to fade back out of existence as the smoke is starting to dissipate from it.
So it's turning invisible again?
It just, yeah, you can see it starting to fade back invisible as it's reaching a hand out towards the pictures that you're holding.
It can't... Freya, you're noisy. It's not communicating with us, is it, really?
No, you just hear the slightest, maybe whisper of breath, but no talking that you can make out.
Okay, I'm going to just take the rest of the pictures and sort of just hold them away from Tarhun and the possible
like, let me burn them!
weapon.
Let me burn them!
And I'm just going to be like, I'll keep them safe. I mean you no harm.
Give me a persuasion check as well.
Okay.
Currently at disadvantage.
Little bitch team. Little bitch
No, I
team.
won't.
Oh, I did the same shit, don't worry.
Fuck!
You see as you know, the papers come back towards you for a second, and that hand reaching just lunges back in towards you.
Alright.
Vutha, over to your turn. That's it, Phaedra, that's it.
Well, I'd just be like, see the reaction, I'll be like, and that's it. Go Vutha.
Right.
Or Vharik. Vutha. Sorry. Yeah.
Huh? Yes, it's me.
Mm-hmm.
There's something different. Can I leap through the air with each of my daggers in each hand and dive down on top of this poltergeist, try and drive daggers into it?
Yeah, make an attack. So currently he's visible,
Cool.
so you'll be at advantage because you're flanking with Phaedra. Yep, so give me a dagger attack. Is that with your magical dagger that you're using?
One in each hand.
So I guess one is the magic.
Okay, so yeah, you're using your bonus action for a offhand strike, yeah?
Sure, whatever works. Because I don't normally use daggers, so let's go.
Alright, so your main attack will be with your dagger +1. Your secondary will just be
Okay.
a normal dagger, and it's not going to add your... essentially an offhand attack. Because you can't make 2 attacks just for free because you've got 2 daggers. It takes your bonus action to make that secondary attack.
I know it's a load of shit, but sure.
Otherwise, just everyone would use 2 weapons.
Well, they're daggers. You can carry a dagger in each hand.
Yeah, but there's a
Doesn't mean
specific
you can
two
use
hand
both of
weapon.
them at the same
leap
time.
through the air and drive them down into something which may or may not be solid.
Hence
but-
why you're using your bonus action to use this.
go.
Alright, so the first one sinks into the back of this poltergeist child's head for... what's that adding up? 16 points damage?
That's my math.
16.
Guys, stop pissing off the spirits!
And just see as this
It's
dagger
totally
just
fine,
like
mate.
jams into this incorporeal creature, and you feel it strike home. Your other dagger almost passes through it like you're stabbing water. But you do see it does take hold just a little bit. So that's not going to get, because this offhand attack, it only does 3 points of damage because it just does the die roll, not your strength on top of that. So 3 down to 1. So yeah, it just barely just tickles a bit of this creature, but you see the whole creature's form just shudder and almost start to break apart into nothingness as this mouth just opens up in a silent scream of pain, and you see its entire form is starting to disapparate away from the dagger that you've got jammed into its spine. It looks like it's in a very, very, very bad way.
Excellent.
Any movement? Or are you going to stay there?
I might just move back over here. Jump back.
As you
That will do me.
jump back. Bop.
Uh-oh.
What's your armor class? 13. As you take 16 points of force damage,
Jesus fucking
Ow.
Christ.
as you go to duck back, and this creature turns around as the dagger comes free, boom, and just jams both of its hands into your chest, slamming you backwards into the wall, just feeling your internal organs almost just turn to paste.
Ugh.
Brilliant.
I suggest we don't
This
piss
is why I
it
stick to arrows.
That's oh, that was a good roll. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That was close to my
Is that
maximum
its
damage.
max? Oh, it's
Almost
close.
max. Very close to max.
It's a fucking big hit.
Ow. Over to here. He didn't like you doing that. So you see this crate right next to you. Suddenly just
I don't know if I
shift
say
and-
it's
and
right next to me.
shake. Well, it's 10 feet away from you. Boop. As he goes flying up into the ceiling above you, just crashing into the ceiling, raining down some quite delicate saucers and cups all around you, but luckily missing where you were just standing. With your passive perception, you do see a slight shimmer in the air just next to Tarhun right here. And I say Tarhun, you probably noticed it as well, just in behind you. Vharik.
I'm just gonna yell flame there.
It's like that one person in the horror movie that, fuck that, ain't nobody got time for that. He's gonna sit up here, hiding in the corner, ready to strike something if it comes and attacks him.
No worries. Atticus?
Atticus, hearing all the commotion going on, he's gonna step in, see the poltergeist, immediately assume that it's evil, and I feel like he would use probably his chill touch on it, I'm assuming.
Go for it. Make the attack.
5 points of damage, 16 to hit.
5 necrotic. You see
Yeah.
this hand just pass straight through this creature and out the other side,
Okay, alright.
seeming to have no effect.
Okay, Atticus is like, whoops. Shit, and stands back outside and looks at Calliope and goes, yeah, don't use chill touch on the thing in there.
Maybe if someone had radiant energy.
Calliope, over to you.
It's looking pretty clustered over there, so she'll just-
Fireball!
yeah. Why not? Nah, she'll just hold. Because we're making a lot of noise, I think she'll look back towards the other door and hold a chill touch for in case someone walks through that.
Just through this side?
Yeah.
No worries. Tarhun.
Tarhun is going to reckless attack so that he doesn't attack at disadvantage. Both his attacks at the creature directly to his north.
Yep, just above you. Yep, go for it. Just in that area. So straight rolls on both of them?
Yep, so first one he's going to swing his whip around and lash at it with his whip.
Oh.
Oh, buddy. You just lash out with your whip, and it doesn't seem to meet with any resistance.
I don't
So
think
sword attack?
Oh, there you go. That's a bit.
But you do
better.
manage to figure, it's like, all right, if it's not there, just slash down, and you do feel your sword pass through something, and just see just shimmering in this spot here, just next to you. You do see another small human form, but it feels like you're passing through water, through a thick mist. It does impact, but yeah, not as much as you would hope.
It's because Tarhun is not. He's not good at fighting children or halflings, so he aimed too high with the first one.
Sorry, you're raging, so what's that, an extra 2 points of damage at this stage?
Yeah.
Yep. Beautiful.
I appreciate Tarhun at the moment.
So you do feel your sword pass into something. You just see the slight shimmer of a child's outline where your sword did hit just next to you, but that very quickly just dissipates again. Anything else? You're staying there? And action used.
Yep, he's just going to stay there.
No worries, almost.
I noticing all the situation that's going on, friends getting hurt and stuff. I look to Phaedra and go, "We're too far gone," and I cast dissonant whispers on the poltergeist.
On this one here that you can see?
Yeah, on the one that I can see. Yeah.
No worries. Wisdom save?
Yeah, level 1.
Check. Sorry, just showing the spell description. So just having a quick read. Cool. Wisdom saving throw. Bup.
Always save.
Aww.
But half damage if it does hurt, I believe.
No worries.
No? Is it?
Yeah, I believe it's half damage.
I think it is.
Pretty sure it's half damage.
Yeah, on a successful save, it takes half damage.
No worries. So what do you say to this thing?
The whispers is actually going to tell it to run, because that's what dissonant whispers actually is meant to do.
So like scaring him
I
away
say
kind of thing.
trying to scare him away out of a situation, but at the same time, I've told Phaedra it's fucking over. We're attacking now. So,
you see this creature's eyes just clouded in shadow with hints of flame coming out of them, still from the leftover burning fire. It just looks at you for a second, and just scatters into nothingness as this cloud of embers just washes over you, Phaedra, as he disappears.
Oh. Do I get hit with anything?
Nope.
Okay.
And I think that's all I'll do.
No worries. Phaedra,
Feeling sad for himself. Zolmos is not having a fun day today.
Poor Zolmos.
Okay, well, Phaedra also seeing that she's kind of failed at stopping.
Yeah, we failed.
Did she... No, she wouldn't have seen anything over here where Tarhun...
She saw Tarhun take the swings.
Swing
there,
at
definitely.
something?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I'd say you definitely saw something, take a hit there.
She's gonna jump on the table. And she's on top of the table there. And in that general direction behind him... Sorry, I'm just trying to find it. Going to... shout stop. At the general.
Do you have to be able to see? I don't think you have to see.
Hang on, no, I think
no, there we go. Target a creature you can see within range.
Okay, so I can't see. Yeah, sorry, I read that before, but I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
No joy, sorry.
Okay, can I hold it? For
you want to hold that spell?
Yeah, I'll hold it for if she sees anything. And then we'll command it to stop.
Okie dokie.
Generally looking in that direction.
Vutha, over to you. Just note, if you do hold a spell,
it takes
even
up
if
the
that spell doesn't go off,
Yeah.
you're losing that spell slot.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
That's all right.
Just make sure. Sorry, Vutha, over to you.
That's usually cantrips getting held.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the risk.
I'm just going to step out of this room, I think. About there. And let's see if I can hide in those crates.
Opens up the crates. Oh, no, it's a dead body in there.
That works fine. Gives me things to hide amongst.
Crack open the top of the crate, and you go dive in, and you do manage to dive in and skid your legs as you crawl your way in. And in the light of your magic lantern, you turn up, and there's just this skull of a small, probably dwarf by the look of his features, just staring at you, completely stripped of flesh.
Can you change it to the deer? Because I
Cool.
want Vutha to come out with the deer skull on him next.
No, it's a dwarven skull.
Aww.
Alright. I'll hold the action to be throw the skull at anyone that comes near the crate.
Great use of turn.
Where are we? We got Tarhun. I need you to make a strength check at advantage because you're raging. Nice. So you just feel this force of will just wrap over you and try to just shunt you flying backwards across the room. You just dig your feet into the ground, just claws jamming into the flagstones underneath you and just lean into this force, almost like the wind is now just buffeting into your chest and then just splits around you and gives out as you hold your ground.
Yeah,
As
I
you
just snort as hard as I can and just push back in the same direction.
You see the smoke just like whipping out of your nostrils, still as you just turn and face into this creature of force. Vharik, anything?
Yeah, so feeling absolute shame that the bard is now attacking and he's hiding in the corner like a little bitch. I'm going to feel incessant rage, run into the room, and did I see anything like Tarhun was attacking?
I'd say you were peeking around the edge of the corner. You would have seen Tarhun taking a swing and like just lean into this area.
I'm just gonna run in, swing my sword fucking everywhere and everything and anything. And
Right. Reckless or just normal attack?
recklessly.
No worries. Go for it. So straight roll. Lovely. As you come in, just seeing this spot that Tarhun is leaning into, just like you slams this magical sword down into it, and just see this this childlike figure just appear for a few seconds, wreathed in flame, and then you see just with a burst of white light bypassing, overwhelming the yellow of the flame, you see this creature just with a silent shriek, its whole body just disapparates into dust and nothingness, and just scatters like ash into the wind.
Can I grab something off the table and just throw it at Vharik and go, "You lumbering dolt! Why'd you do this?"
You wanna throw something at a raging barbarian?
I will, and I did. I said it.
Who already doesn't like you?
Fuck it.
Two raging hulks right next to Zolmos is still like on the
She's
ground.
directing it to both of them as well, but mainly to Vharik. But it's just like, fuckwits.
Alright, hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm just gonna keep moving in this, like, running, like, charging into Phaedra's face and just...
I'm on the table at the moment as well.
Just be advancing towards it very aggressively.
Do we need to stay in? Let's just go at Atticus.
Atticus walks around the corner and goes, "You fools!" Wait, he talks slowly, doesn't he? "You fucking imbeciles! Don't fight each other!" He tries to persuade the situation to settle down.
Give me a persuasion check again.
Okay. I feel like we're always fighting each other. It's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh, and he is the most unpersuasive person I've ever met.
They're all just in each other's face. It's like,
Just like, guys, could you
shut up!
It's fucking Atticus too. Like, he doesn't take shit usually, so he'd probably get involved.
Can I at this moment throw the dwarf skull out at them?
Sure, as you see this like dwarven skull just come clattering and just rolling between your feet, Zolmos.
I'll be like, "You! I saw you too!"
Calliope.
Are they still fighting, or have they
They are.
stopped?
No, that was a nat
There's-
1 on persuading him.
I've just advanced it aggressively into Phaedra's face. I haven't done anything
Yeah.
yet. I'm
She's
just
just-
charging at her just aggressively.
Uh.
Just throwing shit at me. And it insulted
They
me.
weren't even slightly distracted by the magically appearing dwarf skull.
Zolmos is.
I
He's
think
like,
Zolmos is the only one that's actually noticed it. His head just rolled and just ended up looking up at his groin.
It was for his bag of bones.
But like, if I walk in there, there's a clear intent. He's just walking up.
Well,
Give me an
Phaedra-
insight
okay.
check. Give me an insight check. Just a quick insight on Vharik.
Oh no.
Or on the situation in general, I guess. 14, that's pretty decent. Vharik, what are you gonna do?
I'm motioning aggressively, and I'm not going to hit her with the sword, but I am going to kick the table out from underneath her.
So you assess the situation. It's like he's probably not going to come to blood, but Vharik's pretty pissed. But it doesn't look like he's going to try to behead Phaedra. Probably not.
I'm
Yes.
I'm not holding my sword in an aggressive manner like I'm going to swing it. I'm just
Phaedra's
charging down.
just like knife handing.
I'm
at
just
Vharik.
charging down, hands at my side like a toddler charging towards like his angry sibling.
I will go that extra 5, and I will use. I can't believe you're making me use it though. I will use my hypnotic gaze on him and just talk. Yeah. Really sweetly, like being like, like doing the whole. You don't need to fight her. Look, you're so tough and strong. So hold on, I'll just pull that in.
So is wisdom saving throw for us. What's your spell DC?
It is the top here somewhere. My spell DC is. Oh god, I've got spells.
Probably a
That's
13.
a fail. It's 14.
14? There you go. So suddenly, Vharik, you were just like a breath of just cool, fresh, clean air just washes through you as you just seem to be.
It's like you almost stopped raging.
I'm not going to do that because that would be very overpowered if you could just switch off on there and rage. Because that would be really cool.
I'm saying it feels that way.
Yeah, it feels like you're just clean-headed for a second here as you just feel this calming emotion just wash through you. You turn around, look over your shoulder, and Calliope is just looking more beautiful than ever. Like her hair just flicks up in a breeze that's not even there, and just a twinkle in her eye.
Yeah, 100%. This is the best she's ever looked to you in her entire life.
You even catch just like a hint of just like summer flowers just wash over you where it was just rotting flesh.
I can
and
hear
what you
Drovin's
are,
laughing in the background as well, which is hilarious.
you are currently incapacitated, just looking enraptured into Calliope's eyes.
I'm going to turn my token around so it's staring at her.
Tarhun, are you doing anything to Phaedra?
Can I just get confirmed? Did the other poltergeist die, or is it?
It looked like it, yeah. It just like disappeared into powder, essentially.
I am going to just turn the table over, but I don't care if Sky's character falls off the table. I'm actually trying to destroy the drawings in my rage.
I've collected them though.
Yeah, I'll just gotta. I'll snatch them out of her hand. I'll make it.
Right. Yeah. So in that case, give us a opposed dexterity check. So just dex check.
No.
So yeah, just Tarhun just like tries to just claw and rip the drawings out of your hand, Phaedra. So it's 11, and Tarhun just rips the papers out of your hand.
So my claws just shred through the papers, and then I am going to, still raging, I'm going to make a strength check to flip the table and start stomping up and down on the papers, just kicking them everywhere, just trying to destroy the artwork. Pinch me on the ass, ghost. Fuck off, ghost.
As you just go to town, just like stampeding and storming.
Did you want me to make a check since I'm on the table?
Yeah, give me a dexterity saving throw, Phaedra, just to see if you can
my life.
dismount without being sent flying with as the table just
Fuck
flips.
my life. Fuck.
You take 3 points of damage as you just flat on your back as you're almost flipped upside down. It land almost on your head, landing on your upper back.
Fuck you, Dragonborn.
As Tarhun just starts just rage destroying all the paperwork in here. Anyone else need to stay in the initiative order?
That's it. I'm just losing it. I'm like, you touchy-feely ghost.
He's gonna really hate how it feels when they get healed by me, man.
I really just want to crash tackle into him, but no. Phaedra's gonna be trying to talk to Calliope and go that these idiots just antagonized the spirits and still going at it.
Just stomping, just raging over this paper and table. There's like cinders being kicked up from the burned ones. They're just tearing into things, just stomping and crushing. Just like Godzilla, just rage smashing.
Am I like frozen or just charmed?
Just for that, 6-10 seconds, you're completely incapacitated.
I'm just gonna grunt at Phaedra and just walk over and then sit down sulking but staring intently at Calliope like a little kid. Like a lovesick little kid.
As it slowly starts to pass and you come back into your senses. I'm gonna clear out the.
I love how you keep timing it.
I have like, when someone's angry but they got like a little bit of a tear coming out their eye, I'm just gonna have that like little tear coming out as I'm looking up at Calliope like a little puppy.
Yeah. And then
Calliope's now, she walks away.
And once I calm down, I move over to here. I pick up the dwarf skull and I go and give it back to Zolmos. And say, "You drop this, mate."
Like up and sort of being like almost stopped by like, thank you. I just hold my hand out for it.
And I give him a pat on the back and go, "You did good in there."
I go, yeah, no problem. look at my little bag of bones and start playing with it. I'm turning into that.
And then climbs out.
What was that monster that we fought with the bag of bones? I'm just like, somehow I'm turned into one now. I've got the crystal around my head, and I'm holding a bag of bones, sitting in the corner.
Yeah, and you keep claiming you're intelligent with your floaty skull thing too. So yeah, it checks out.
True, you may be turning into a Burbalang.
Bugger off, you Dragonborn! Not happy
Phaedra.
with you.
Phaedra, as you move into this next room, you can see the door is standing wide open. Looking around, you can see 3 beds in here. They're all still neatly made. They got a small foot locker at the base of each bed with the lids propped open, completely empty. Looks like maybe this used to be a servant's quarters. It looks pretty bare bones, neat, tidy, and completely stripped out. Looks like whoever used to be here left, with intent. They weren't, you don't see any signs of struggle or anything else.
Okay.
Coming from this next room up in here, you do see some light.
I was gonna keep going into that room.
Up in this next room, you see a small fire burning in a kitchen hearth. Once again, you don't feel any heat emanating from it. It's still just that cloying coldness. This looks like it used to be a kitchen. You see there's a couple of very simple bowls, a simple knife just sitting on on the table. Nothing really else remains in here. You do see, it looks like there used to be, a well-stocked series of cupboards underneath here, but they're all empty. You look up on the top of the table, and where you would expect to see pots and pans and tools of cooking hung up, there's nothing. It's almost stripped bare bones. There's only a few bowls and a couple of very simple knives.
So the fire's not on, it's just the picture.
You can see the fire. It's burning.
Okay. So how long ago does it look like they've packed up?
Give me an investigation check.
Ooh, boy. Come on, give me something above 10 for my checks, please.
Looking around, there's dust on the floor. You do move close, and you just realize there's no heat coming out of that fire. You move closer again, and you stick your whole arm in the fire, and there's nothing. You wave your hand through it, and the flames just seem to pass through your hand like you're not even there. And you immediately notice this is illusory magic. This fire's not real. There's no heat coming off of it. There's nothing there anymore.
Is that Phaedra with her hand in the fire?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I told you she's a witch.
Yeah, you're not sure how long. You're not sure how long someone was here last, but it's stripped out. There's dust on the floor. That fire ain't real.
Okay.
That's about all you can tell with a 9.
Yeah, that's alright. I'm just trying to think of... No, it should probably be Calliope would know more. If it's illusionary magic, if it will run out in a certain time frame. Or keep going. I don't know. Anyway, Calliope is not here with me, so I'm gonna just keep on going.
This room in here, as you step inside, it looks like it used to be essentially a giant pantry, the larder, as it were. You can see outlines of where a whole series of barrels and crates used to be. But currently, there's only a few. You can see Vutha just next to you. There's one small barrel has cracked open. You can see a scattering of old, dried grains across the floor. That don't look like they've been disturbed or eaten. Just sitting there on the floor.
Is that Calliope actually in the room with us now? Tomo?
You so to me.
I'd say Calliope, with you, just your passive investigation, your intelligence, you do find it odd that there's food here that hasn't been eaten. Like, you don't generally hang around the kitchen, but you would imagine that rodents would have been in here eating things, but there's just spilled grains on the floor. There's dustiness. Nothing looks like it's disturbed this place.
Everything's dead. That checks out.
She touched her hand in the fire before,
Yeah.
and she told me that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd straight away I'd check for illusion magic.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oof.
Having a quick look in, you don't notice any physical ruins or sigils that would be, maintaining an illusion such as this. It just looks like there's fire burning in this fireplace. It doesn't look like there's actually any enchantment, which is almost your expertise in a certain way, making the fire burn. You imagine, you're not sure what's going on, but it seems to be an external source of magic. It's not internal to the fireplace.
I would turn to Calliope also and ask, would it have a time frame where it would have eventually run out?
Hard to tell with that Arcana check.
Okay.
You're not sure what's maintaining it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with the time frame, sorry.
Okay, yeah, no, that's cool.
While all the smart people are looking at stuff, can I just have a nap in the bed for a short rest?
You can certainly lay down. You can't take off a short rest yet. It's going to take you a while longer than just that. But you lay down and it's just dusty mattress, and it's not a very amazing mattress, but at the same time you lay down, it's not actually the worst you've been on. This mattress probably cost a little bit of money. It's old and worn, but back when it was new, it probably cost a little bit of money. It's not bad. It's definitely creaking underneath your weight, but it holds, which is impressive in itself.
So I can't take a hit dice back?
If you spend an hour in that bed, yes, you can.
Hey, if you hadn't have pissed
What's
off
the rest
Phaedra,
of the party doing
I
while
would've,
Tarhun starts snoring?
Can I also say, would I have noticed Vutha being hurt as he's gone past me at some point?
Yeah, Vutha's pretty smashed up. Like, you can see his black scales, the blacker bruising is showing through. You can see swelling from some of his limbs.
Okay, I'll ask him,
Blood
like,
coming out from under his scales.
Oh,
Yeah, he's not looking too flash. He's looking pretty beat.
Do you want me to, make you better?
Sure.
She's just gonna be asking every time now, because it's like,
I love that Vutha is like, I don't think he's ever been this hurt, has he? And he's just
no,
like,
that's
chill
why I'm
about
like,
it.
it's just like, wow, okay, I'm just trying to figure out what spell I want to do.
Well, I don't like close combat.
Yeah.
I like hiding and launching arrows at things.
You can't use a hit dice yet.
No, I'm just having a nap. They can keep going with that. They'll be able to hear me snoring.
So I'm gonna use a healing.
Well, you can't take that yet until you've finished 1 hour, okay? So don't mark it off yet.
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out my healing spells. It's been a while.
Oh, well, Sky's doing that.
Yep.
Zolmos, you just chilling out there for now?
Zolmos is just looking through the. Oh, I'm not muted. Sweet. Yeah, I'm just looking
There
through
you go.
what papers are left there and just sort of chilling out. Yeah.
All the paper's been taken. As you're having just a look around, you look in some of the crates, and you can see they're padded out with some old dried straw, and you see there's a kettle, bit of chinaware, some quite, moderately decent silverware in one. There's probably a little bit of money's worth in a couple of these crates. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Okay. We're talking like probably half a gold piece, a couple of silver maybe.
Look, as you're scanning around, give me an investigation check.
Oh, okay. I didn't expect anything to come of this, honestly. Am I on the right character? I am. A very poor 4.
I mean, this kettle in China said it would probably
hang on, yeah.
fetch you maybe 5 gold pieces in town. Like, this is pretty nice. A lot of the other stuff has been smashed up in the fight. But yeah, this set of, a tea kettle and 4 matching cups, it'll probably fetch you 5 or maybe 6 gold. It's not bad.
I look at this stuff and go, Mum would have loved this. And
She would have loved it.
I start putting it in the bag.
Yes, mark off a fine china set worth 5 gold pieces.
China.
So what are you doing, Phaedra?
So I've given him 4 healing light. I should have just gone the lay on hands for 5, but anyway, that's a bit of something.
I'll take it.
For now, yeah.
Lewis, some.
Yeah. And I'll be like, that'll get you going for a little bit longer.
Vutha, give me an insight check.
Oh no.
Yeah, nothing. You feel a bit better as that healing washes over you. Feeling a bit better.
God.
What's everyone doing?
The risk of
Other than
people.
Tarhun has started snoring away.
Oh, right.
I
So leave
might
adding.
wander down to the other side of the house.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Oh, yeah.
Do those stairs lead up anywhere? That's outside, is it?
Which stairs? Oh, just to the outside there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see through some arrow slits. There's a flight of stairs leading downwards.
It's ones I told you about before you ripped the door off.
Yeah.
Nobody ever listens to the
I think
I'm going to.
I think Atticus stays close to Calliope because he likes to hang with intelligent people.
And they're few and far between sometimes in
I
this.
feel like Calliope's the only one on his level.
Phaedra's
Okay,
gonna
so
push
close to
Tarhun out of the
Calliope's,
bed and go be
reasons.
like, "Oi, we're moving on,"
Oh.
and just
Rude as fuck!
goes away.
Gets out of the room before he can
Well,
react
no,
out of
she's
it.
just like pushed him off and is like, "Come on, we're moving." He's just
As
chasing after
Tarhun,
her.
you catch up as the rest of the party seems to have started moving on without you. Calliope, looking through this next hallway, you can see to the right is a set of double doors standing open. To the left here, you can see another set of double doors in quite nice dark stained wood. Looks more expensive than some of the other doors, standing closed.
So we're
Just here.
inside the room now.
Calliope's just looking through the doorway.
Oh, okay,
There's a
sorry,
couple of
my bad.
small crates, once again stacked up, and there's just more of that scent of death in this corridor.
I'm guessing Zolmos is following. I'm gonna drag him.
No, it's almost just chilling out over there. at the moment.
Okay, so okay, cool.
Yeah, it's almost
as-
just chilling.
As you step into the hallway, you do hear something get knocked.
I'm going to definitely go to Calliope. Oh, yeah, Bryce has dropped again.
We've lost Bryce. Rest in peace.
It's alright, he can hear what I'm gonna say anyway.
Now I can grow my wings.
I'll be like, Calliope,
One
Don't-
second. So, just in case you didn't hear, you did hear something get knocked over
Yeah, we
from
got that
this room
bit.
to the north. Okay, carry on.
and hearing
My fellow.
that, I'm gonna be like, Calliope, don't let these bozos touch anything. That's what happened last time.
Just,
And
boys, just
did
so you know.
No, I did see the drawing that he held up with the family.
Yeah, you guys could see all the drawings on the Yeah,
Alright,
you
and I'm
would have
gonna
seen that.
fill Calliope in with the drawings and be like, supposedly, there may be more in this house if that was this.
Understood.
Just don't let them
Phaedra, it's funny
antagonize.
that you're like, don't let anyone touch anything. As you walked past Zolmos, he's just rummaging through his shit earlier.
Zolmos just sit there, just clattering bones and just sticking china in. Just like that.
Well, they obviously didn't care about that, but it's just sentimental stuff, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
Phaedra, would you like to go towards that noise?
It was over here, wasn't it?
In
Yeah,
a
it's from
fit
there,
of
so yeah,
in
is
a
it-
defiance, I'm just going to charge in because fuck Phaedra.
Can I just grab him and pull him back?
Party.
Yeah, give me an opposed athletics check.
Oh my god.
Vharik, stop this!
You insult me and throw things at me.
I need...
Vharik, give me an athletics check.
Oh, damn it! You got that one. You got that one.
Just like slow for a second and then explode into the room.
I'll be like, I'm going to show you who's an oath, and like, I mean, with my Sherlock Holmes investigation.
As you charge into this room, you see more of these crates and barrels, mostly with their lids still attached. But you do see, just rolling slowly across the floor towards you, a small, bright red leather ball.
Alright.
As it rolls to a halt at your feet.
I'm gonna point my finger not on it, but around it and be like the Phaedra. I'm not touching it.
Okay. Alright. That's good.
I should
She'll
definitely
come...
kick it.
Can she... I'm gonna touch it though. Reach
She goes to touch it, I
down.
kick it away.
I'd be like... And roll it back.
You see it rolls back across the floor
Yeah.
and stops at a point, suddenly, and then starts rolling back towards you again.
Oh, you're
Okay.
about to have a game of dodgeball with a ghost.
I think there's more spirits here, Vharik.
I think.
Wink, wink. Try not to piss any more off. I think they could be attached to something within this.
Phaedra.
Maybe, yes.
You feel some movement on your ear as something slides inside your ear.
Oh, I'm not
Feels
getting a wet willy.
wet. And then pulls out again. You look to your side and you don't see anything there.
What?
Can I charge in now and say, fuck off, ghost?
Piss off, Space Ghost.
What's everyone doing?
Uh,
Oh, sorry. Did you just get back to Zolmos?
Yeah, I joined over with you.
So yeah, Phaedra's in there. Seems to be playing catch with the Red Bull.
And get
Oh, sorry.
wet willies as well.
That, sorry.
in
I was
character.
talking to Calliope, sorry.
Oh, Roger.
I'm gonna
Puppy.
I'm gonna sit on the gate, cross my arms, and just be like, "You show me how it's done."
Okay. Well, I'll pause there and let the other guys have a bit of something.
Vharik, as you sit down, you feel some fingers just like trace through your hair, and it feels like someone starts braiding your hair.
Oh, perfect. Vharik needs that.
I like it.
You just sit there and slowly, Phaedra, looking over, you can see the hair on the back of Varric's head just slowly being braided into essentially a series of ponytails as he sits there.
Cool. Question. Sorry.
Sorry, Calliope, you going in through that doorway?
I was got something with
sorry.
the picture that we saw.
The doors were meant to be closed, but yeah, you push the doors open. Sorry, I'd missed that wall there.
Oh.
But that's right. The doors open up as you touch them. There we go. That's fine. Inside of this door, immediately behind the desk that you can see, is a large portrait, huge detailed painting up on the wall. Let me just show you. Is it here? There we go.
Fuck.
Everyone see that? Oh, what's going on, Sky?
I'm trying to ask about the picture. I was gonna say, could we tell if it was a girl or a boy with the kids, like, you know, the fake, like, curly hair that sometimes do for, like, girls' hair? To tell if it's men, female?
I think the picture has been completely destroyed at this
No,
stage.
but, like, when Vharik showed us, kind of thing, so we still saw it. We still saw the family in the house.
I'd say the only person who saw it in detail would have been Vharik, I think.
But he said,
And
hey,
me.
look.
He read it,
He
remember?
showed me, and I told him before. I thought he
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, the two of you would have seen what looked like two curly-haired girls
Okay.
and two what looked to be short-haired boys with little spiky blonde hair.
All right, cool. This was just, going into what I'm thinking in the room, but now we can go back to Calliope. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. Thank you. So yeah, Calliope. So as you come in, you can see a desk sitting there with a small lantern burning on the top of it. You can see immediately behind the desk, it almost takes up, almost a physical presence in this room is that large portrait. On the table, you can see a small letter opener, a few scattered papers, and a couple of larger leather-bound books, and then one significantly large book with a small lock closing it with on essentially a piece of leather. Around the edges, you can see a series of shelves and display cabinets, all of which seem to be empty at a glance, without going through and doing a detailed investigation of anything.
I look at Calliope and I say, "Is that a relative of yours? Got the same ears."
Just
I'll
some
turn
Who's
around.
coming out of this shell?
Tarhun,
Tarhun,
in your head, you hear, "Oh, mes amis, I am no elf. I am much more powerful."
That's that fucking ghost again. And I charging back into this pub.
You charge past Atticus, who maybe it was Atticus that whispered that into the back of your head.
Was that you, cunt? sorry.
I look straight at Zolmos and I'm like, "Did you hear that?"
I'm like, oh shit. Nah. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, mate?
No one else heard anything.
Yeah,
It was-
I'm
no one
completely. I'm sorry. I'm still in awe of his hair getting magically braided. No, Tarhun, I didn't hear anything, man.
I feel really uncomfortable with my hair being braided, but I'm staying, not doing a damn thing. Just to prove just to spite Phaedra, I'm just sitting here like,
Protest.
I'm actually enjoying him looking uncomfortable a little bit. And I'm just like,
Calliope, as Tarhun goes running out again, this picture, it's almost these just piercing eyes, just almost looking at you, and you're moving around, almost like the eyes are following you. And then as you take a step, you swear that the face does actually snap and look in your direction, just eyes piercing through to you. Young girl, what do you want? You hear that voice in Elvish in your head.
in Elvish, I will respond. We came across someone who tried to kill us. We've just come to investigate his lands.
Oh, his lands, is it? Come see me, discuss. Talk to me. And you feel the presence seem to evaporate back away as your head goes silent again.
I immediately start looking at the books.
Give me a quick investigation check. Just a quick one as you look through the different books in front of you.
Sorry, my character sheet's not in.
Pretty boy.
He's been called a lot worse.
So quickly, you take the low-hanging fruit. Essentially, you grab some of the leather-bound books and you quickly open them up, and you can see they seem to be business ledgers. You have a quick flick through, and you recognise a couple of the names in them, and they sound like some of the businesses and warehouses of Azurium back in your home city. You flick through again, and you can see taxes being paid to Azurium and certain businesses. And then flicking through a bit more, you see notes on addresses and delivery and names of staff around the College of Mages where you worked. In some of the later books, you look at the dates, and it seems, just with your intelligence and understanding and that investigation, it looks like he's had quite significant business dealings with your college.
Interesting.
As you flick through, and it's just a whole series of these books, and investigation, he looks like he was pretty damn well off. You can see, in the start, earlier pages, there was a lot of red in there, but more and more green, more and more in the green. He looks like he was making some pretty good cash. But yeah, flicking through the rest of the books, it's just more numbers, tables, business transactions, taxes, and your eyes are torn away to the larger, thick, leather-bound book sitting next to it, with a small, intricate padlock attached.
Well, I don't have that spell yet, so I'll call over
Are there drawers?
Vutha. I saw him try to unlock the door earlier. I'll try and get him to unlock this book. So I'll actually call out to him, Vutha.
Are there
I need your
drawers
help.
in the
You saw him
desk?
try and do it.
Is it just a
There you
flat
go.
desk?
Correct.
Sorry, Sky,
Better
say
than
again.
I can.
Is it just a flat desk, or does it look like one of those with all the drawers and stationary compartments?
Sorry, with that investigation check,
Oh, in there.
there's a couple of small drawers on the other side, and you pull them open, and they're completely
Okay,
empty.
Yeah. Sorry, just trying
No,
to
thank you for that. No, that's good. Yeah, there's a couple of simple drawers. It's quite a hefty-looking desk, but it looks like anything of value has been taken out of here. But Vutha comes up, and you can see quite a nice, intricate little silver and bronze padlock, and it's actually not. It's fairly finesse-worthy, and click, you manage to pop it open, and the padlock falls free.
That's what happens when brutes don't destroy things.
Totally agree. You have just gained like 5 levels of respect from me, because working with those idiots just does my head in.
Hey, is the door open or is the
Understandably.
door not open?
The door to
And then I
Calliope, you
will
can
say,
see.
may I have the book,
Door's
please?
not open. The door is relocated.
So are you opening up the book, Calliope?
Yes.
So as you open to the first page, you can see in quite intricate script, the classic medieval lettering where someone has drawn the capital letters as these overcomplicated drawings, and just says, "The Diary of Lord Dawn Talstag."
Oh shit! I am going to
Ooh.
spend a good half an hour reading this, and I'll tell the others to
Leave you alone.
leave me alone. Actually, I might even call Atticus over to have a look, so we can speed read together.
Okay.
Yep. Atticus will walk in. It's a 3-man team over here.
So the two of you, I'll get you to roll an investigation check at advantage, Calliope.
Investigation advantage.
And alright, I'll get back to you other guys,
Oh, no,
what you're
that's
doing
fine.
as these peeps do a damn good speed read through.
It's all good.
So you just have a quick read through, flicking a few pages at a time. The diary is the first few pages that you start flicking through is written in very neat. It's written in common. The script is neat and compact, very business-like. At the beginning, it tells of this man, Dawn Talstag. Tells him meeting a woman, getting married, settling down, buying a decent house up in Azurium, and eventually having quadruplets, 2 boys and 2 girls. Flick a bit further on, business is absolutely booming for him. He is just in the prime of his life. He's dealing in food, furniture, he's dealing in personnel, hiring out cleaners and gardeners and more specialized stuff. He's just essentially turning into Serco. He is just like taking contracts from left, right, and Chelsea. He's doing pretty damn good. It tells of him, he picks up the contract that he has been chasing. The contract to supply the Mages College of Azurium. He's made it big, like this is set. He tells of having a manor purchased in the foothills where he can go and spend his time, and he starts to move into the manor that he describes, and clearly the one that you're currently in now. There's more and more pages as you flick through. It's like, oh yeah, he's pretty much just bragging about his growing fortune. living the high life, starting to work into some of the high political circles and all that good stuff. And then you read a little bit later, he appears to have discovered a mage's plan. Talking with some of the mages of the party, something got a little bit tipsy, and discovers the mage's plan to kill Mystra, the goddess of magic. The mages had somehow tricked the goddess of the moon to attack Mystra. He's not sure how. They were going to allow an attack through the city shields, just enough to destroy Mystra and her warded temple, but leaving the rest of the city intact.
Damn.
And it says he argued against the fools not to do it. It wasn't worth the risk, of him losing his fortune and the college being destroyed. And they seem to ignore it and pretty much just shun him out of there. And you can tell he's in his writing, he's getting pissed off at being pretty much ignored by these mages who think that they're all so smart in trying to kill a god. And the writing seems to shift, the pen pressing harder into the paper, the letter becoming messy and ink smeared. It describes the moon's fall and the destruction of Azurium, now just a gigantic crater. It writes, "The arrogant fools thought they could slay a god. I guess they did, but at what cost? It's gone, everything gone. I'll never recover from this." Flicking through again, he tells of all of his wealth being lost. He's having to sell his jewelry, his paintings, everything. Debt collectors coming from the elven city of Nova Breeze. Flicking through again and again. Eventually, it tells of the debt collectors stopping. He hadn't heard from Nova Breeze in a month. Not a single letter or a single visitor from that city, where he had small businesses in there. And then flicking through, he starts to talk about dreams. He's seeing just a noble being coming to him, first in his sleep, and then in waking visions, promising him wealth and power once more. And the writing begins to change again, becoming sloppy, almost drunken in its cant. And it writes there, "Fucheshari has shown me the power I can hold. My guards and servants, they've all quit, but I need them not. The undead show no disloyalty to me." And then, a few pages on, the writing changes again. And you can't read it. It's another language entirely. It looks like there's just angry, jagged lettering that you don't understand. Well, I believe you don't understand. Let me just double check the languages. What languages do you speak?
I will quickly bring it up.
Well,
Yeah,
I
Draconic
think
Sylvan, Common.
I think Atticus would
Nope.
use this anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, Atticus looking it through, because I believe he doesn't understand the light language either, and he looks at it and he sorry, just double check.
Yeah, can you double check that? I haven't
Yep,
really
no,
gotten
beautiful.
through everything.
Yeah, so he looks and he shakes his head, not understanding the language as well, and he takes over for you, Calliope, essentially reading for you.
Yep.
And he recognizes the... Sorry, 1 second. As the language shifts and he can understand it, it doesn't give him knowledge about what the language is that he is reading, but he can now clearly read it. And the words, as they come clear, talk about his wife planning to betray him, planning to take his children, planning to turn him into some authorities, trying to get help. And he talks about this betrayal and of just needing one more sacrifice that is required to empower his mighty patron to come to this place, to grant him the power that he deserves, that he used to own. And then flicking through a little bit further in, after all these just scrawlings, you can see pictures of, what looks like arcane symbols, but they don't seem to make sense. They're twisted and not quite right. And then the final paragraph you get to just says, still in that strange language that only Atticus can read, it says, "Tonight is the night. We are prepared. All 6 of us together. She doesn't argue anymore. We are united again, and united we shall regain. Nay, surpass our splendor. Fucheshari truly is a miracle from above. And tonight we welcome him into our home." And that's it. That is the last entry. Pages after that are just blank.
Atticus obviously passes this on to Calliope.
Do Atticus or I know who that patron is?
Give me a religion or history check.
I'll do either. It's a plus. No. With Atticus's help or just a normal straight roll?
I'll let you, with Atticus's roll, help. Thinking down through all the religious teachings that you've covered in some of your classes, you don't recognize the name, but it sounds abyssal of some sort. Fiend of some sort, demon or devil, you're not quite sure. Not celestial though. That name just, in the writing you can see, and Atticus helps you, he can point out where it specifically says in this writing, and you can see it in there, and it does not look celestial, it looks from the abyss. But you don't recognize the specific name.
Yeah, I'm guessing that takes us a while, so if the others want to...
Yeah, so you guys there, and that takes you a good half hour, 45 minutes to get through. So
My hair is looking fabulous.
it is looking
Fabulous,
on point.
darling. Yeah. Go.
Tarhun, if you want, you can take your short rest. And anyone else, if you want, you can take a short rest. Calliope and Atticus exempt from that, but you're pretty much full health anyway.
Oh,
'cause you're
sweet!
busy
I
reading.
get my spell slots back. Do I get a short
hey,
rest
Warlock.
playing with the with the ghosts?
Yeah, same as Vharik, just sitting there, just getting your hair plaited and just gently playing ball. But yeah, whoever needs it can take a short rest. So Vutha, you can use hit dice if you like.
Here are Tarhun as well. You
Okay,
guys
how's
get
that
Song of Rest from me, which is an extra 1d6.
Ooh, there you go.
So I will sit there and play a song for you as while we wait.
So an extra 3 hit points from Zolmos.
Is that to just certain people?
That's to everyone.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, I get my 3
Is
hit
that-
points back. From...
That's 10 back. Is that the...
Yeah.
Anyone who can hear my
yep,
performance.
10. 10
and
plus,
then plus
the 3.
the 3 from...
Yep.
Far out.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
roll.
you got a good roll.
Ah! Wrong
Almost
button.
max.
Not minus.
But yeah, Phaedra, as yours just in there, just casually rolling the ball back and forth again. Occasionally, the ball comes a little bit of stank on it, as it were. A bit harder and faster. You catch it and just like gently roll it back in again.
Well, no,
Yeah, it
I'm gonna
seems to-
say like each time, like if he starts bringing it like back, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, he's turning it into toss, kind of thing, and I'll be like, pick it up, and I'll slowly match his it. Force.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just having.
As you guys are having this short rest, do you want to discuss or do anything in particular? Or are we happy to keep moving on?
I just wanted to...
I don't think we're
That would be
discussing.
awkward, like looking at Phaedra, like,
Are they going to try and communicate with us or anything?
You can communicate with them if you want, or try to. Zolmos, as you sit down partway through the rest after finishing your song, you swear you feel just a patting on your knee in time with the song that you're singing.
Aww.
Okay. I will continue to play a melody for them. Nothing overly exciting. I'm not singing. Just playing something nice for them.
Give me a performance check.
Oh, okay.
Give me a performance check.
Well, the right character I am. Dirty 20.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's alright.
And I
Can't
join-
creepy touch the creepy toucher. It's true.
Sorry.
It's true.
What was that drop?
And I join in my recorder.
Oh god, give me a performance check.
Oh, we as a recorder. Fucking hell, it just gets better and better.
You get like the lowest score, so it's like this beautiful melody with
That's actually not bad. You hit that melody like
Nice.
coming in, just building into it, and just at a certain stage in that Phaedra, the ball stops moving, just staying on the ground where it was, and you swear you feel a small hand take both of your hands and start to sway in time with the music,
My
just trying to
hands?
pull you. Yeah,
Phaedra's?
trying to almost pull Phaedra into a
Dancing?
dance.
Okay.
I try and sing along.
She's gonna.
Oh God! All right, give me a 4 seconds.
Are we all just rolling performance now?
Why not? Phaedra, roll a performance as well, just to see what
See
happens.
how left-footed she is.
Vharik, less. They're just Phaedra, not bad. You get into it. Varric's voice is kind of grinding. At one stage, you swear he, not even intentionally, just starts dropping into like that Mongolian throat singing, even though he's not trying to. It's very discordant, but the tunes of Tarhun kind of blended out, and eventually you all finish your short rest.
With a fucking jam.
Yeah, that was like
fucking jam.
top tier.
With me just going.
Oh no.
Three blind mice to fucking keep the morale high.
Nothing
Can
like some music to help
I?
him study.
Sorry, you go. What did you say, Vharik?
So nothing like some music to help him study.
Well, it's just, dank beats to study to, just like, just feeling it.
Okay.
Yeah, so finish your short rest. You feel the hands, as the music fades out, Phaedra, the hands move away from you, and the room goes quiet again. You don't feel any movement.
What were you gonna go?
Can I jump in here,
Yeah,
Phaedra?
Go.
Can I sort of just speak out to the room, just common, as I walk up to the stairs and go, and I was just sort of like, the ghost hunter, how they're like, hey, any spirits in here? I'm about to enter this room, like doing the thing, real, like trying to be polite, like about to go up the stairs or whatever the fuck it is, up or down.
You feel a finger
Another
enter your
wet
ear.
willy.
Another wet willy.
I'm like, just like cringe my face, and I'm like, I'll take that as that's fine, and start walking upstairs.
Phaedra is also gonna just also go. Where are your parents?
Oh. Get another wet willy.
Before you get too far there, Tarhun, I'll just leave you there for a second. Give me a persuasion check.
And she do
Oh,
a
come
good
on,
one.
that's like my best one, and I'm still getting half rolls.
You don't feel anything. But Tarhun, sorry, at this stage, Atticus and Calliope and Vutha, if you guys want, you finished studying. Did you want to do anything else before you move off? Because you've probably got another 15 minutes, while the other guys are finishing off their jam.
I think they're deep in their book reading.
Mr. Tomo, you there?
Oh, right, fuck, I'm Atticus. Sorry, I think Atticus would... I think you'd just follow Calliope's lead, honestly. But she's already done an investigation on the room, so we don't need to double tap that.
Thorough reading.
Honestly, I think Atticus would be like, let's go join the other morons.
Calliope?
I assume Tomo's just away from the PC at the moment.
Tomo's died.
Tomo died? Yeah.
Calliope's brain just melts out the side of her ears, and he needs to roll a new character.
Yay! New character.
So
Drastic.
okay, if we're all going up the stairs, I'm guessing it would be us four first, and Phaedra's going to grab the ball.
Oh yeah, Atticus can go there.
You grab the ball?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold the ball as we go.
Okay. So as you guys start to work up the stairs, you may need to find to get up the stairs, hold Alt, and just drag your character around. So you're... Whoopsies. I just made...
Whoa.
Weird.
What? Oh, shit,
Weird.
man!
Hey!
Alt.
Sorry.
Zolmos has been stretched out by a torture
Yeah,
machine.
if you hold Alt, you can put yourself like in between squares, just so you're not running into the wall too much,
Okay, yeah.
and it might help you get up. But so as you come around the corner, you can see into this room. Is this working? Sorry.
I saw this earlier.
Yeah. So into this
They're
room,
free.
there's essentially a
we're
portcullis.
outside.
Iron. Oh no! How'd you even do that?
I don't even know. I'm coming back.
So I got told to press Alt.
As you come around the corner
Oh, I'm
here, you can
stuck in
see
the
into this
wall.
room.
It's broken.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know. It's a bit weird going around curving areas here. But as you come past this room, you can see through this thick iron portcullis, you can see a relatively recently deceased humanoid body in here. He's still got flesh. He's not down to a full skeleton, but he's definitely desiccated.
But older than the one
Like a coconut.
from...
Looks older than the other one.
Yeah.
Hard to see too much detail looking through there. Give me a second. I'm just going to go to the dunny. One sec. I need to pee.
Same then.
Intermission.
What's the bet it's old mate's wife?
So what?
It'll be old mate's wife.
That's what I...
She was
thought-
downstairs.
Yeah, but it depends on how old the book is to how old the ritual is.
No, he killed his family.
Yeah, but she was only 7 days old.
Nah, I think that's just a random person.
Yeah.
Still talking about him.
I'm back.
Oh, hang on. What was on the ring again, Calliope? What was the initials on the
One
ring?
ring to rule them all.
Besides that.
Because Calliope's run off and died. So it said, together on these shores, T.N.
Oh, what's this manor called?
The manor is called the Tulstag Manor.
So it was TN. TN, okay.
Yeah.
Did we get a name on the portrait?
Sorry.
Yeah, what's the guy's the diary? What's that guy's name?
His name was Lord Dawn Tulstag. And you did notice the name of the patron that he said? Essentially pronounced Putra Sherry.
Putrid.
Okay, well,
Mr. Putrid.
yeah, I don't have any clue, so I just look in there and go, another skeleton.
Yeah, you can see these heavy iron portcullis down covering the entrance into this essentially prison cell.
Can I see if it's a male or a female?
Give me a quick medicine check just to see what sort of details you can tell from this body.
Is it a window or a door? Because
It's a door, but it's
Okay, yeah.
barred. Vharik's just he
Yeah,
can
in
sit
it.
in there for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't get through. Quick medicine.
Oh. Nice.
Ooh, nat 20. So looking through the bars, like focusing in, you can see a small paring knife, essentially, just a small blade, has fallen to the side of this this desiccated body's here. And looking, you can see where blood has run down. And really studying close, you can see it looks like he's cut his own throat. It looks like it was a suicide with a nat 20. The corpse looks like maybe a month or so old.
Does he have horns?
So.
Nope, he looks like a human.
That...
Sorry, who's am I coming through? I think I'm coming through your sky.
Oh, okay, I can't hear it.
Nah, I think I'm good again. Oh, that's
It's
right.
only
No,
a little
it's fine.
bits when it's loud.
Yeah, so it looks like this was a human male, and he seems to have killed himself with a small paring knife.
Alright, I'll pass that on to the party. Oh, he's done himself a mischief.
I'm going to turn to Atticus and Calliope and go, does this mean that the ritual might have been disrupted? If they didn't get all the sacrifices of his.
No, I think the ritual just was not successful.
Okay.
Vharik, with that 10 investigation check, try to move the metal grating, and it seems to be jammed up. Seems to be locked. It's not moving. But yeah, without getting into there, you can't see too much more detail other than what you can see from outside.
Now the brutes try and smash a wall in.
As you grab hold of the metal bars, just creaking and moving, trying to shift them, doesn't seem to be the budging at all. But give me a... Actually, everyone's kind of gathered around. You notice that the door does move a little bit, almost like pressing inwards, and then it stops. And you can see some sort of... At first glance, it looks like a walking stick. Seems to be like jammed up on the top corner of the door, just across the edge. So it looks like the rest of the door is flexing in as Vharik is pushing it. But yeah, so it's on the inside. There seems to be, on the inside, something looks like a walking stick seems to be barricading it.
That person may have jammed it from the inside by the looks of it.
Kind of looks like it, yeah.
Just, okay. So
We haven't moved it on.
he's sacrificed himself to probably not get the ritual finished. Is my understanding.
Hypothesis.
Yes. What do the smarter people think? I think Tom.
They're going to tell Vharik instead of pushing on the door, he should try pulling on it.
Can we try and take out the stick or like?
Yeah. So it looks kind of like, I don't know, your arm's pretty chunky. It's going to be hard to get up through there.
Can I get my axe, like the axe blade, and sort of like chink it in there and just sort of pop it?
It's an awkward angle you can try. You'd almost have to have like a child's arm to be able to fit through this narrow gap to get up in there, but you can certainly try.
Hey kids!
Ask the ghost.
Wait up.
Okay.
Wait up, everyone. What's
Yeah,
going
it's
on?
mage hand.
Apologies, I've just got back. What's the issue?
Okay.
So in this room, there's
Yeah.
a iron portcullis and a body who has killed himself, essentially.
Oh,
committed
okay.
suicide. On the inside, you can see what looks to be a walking stick has been placed or wedged to hold this door closed from the inside.
Okay.
Just,
I cast reduce on Vutha and tell him to walk in.
oh, can you cast reduce on
He's-
non-living things?
Yes, enlarge/reduce.
Do that on the walking stick.
Oh wait, on non-living things, you can cause a creature or an object you can see within range. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Sweet.
Yep.
Can
I'll
you just
post
put the
that.
spell up there for me to read it?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yep.
We take a short rest while the DM reads.
Yeah, take a short rest.
No,
while
it's
being
just the
read.
first part, really. You can
Where's-
cause a
where's
creature or
it?
an object within range to grow larger or
the
smaller
top
for a
first
duration.
sentence. You can see.
It is neither worn nor carried. If the target is unwilling, it makes a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I think that. Give me uno segundo.
If it's a medium size, it goes to small. Fills that.
Yeah,
What's-
that'll do it. So you see this walking stick that it looks like. It's yeah, it just suddenly shrinks down in size.
No, it doesn't suddenly. You hear Zolmos go, neither large or small, neither big or tall, it grows into something small. Boom, boom. And then it goes small.
That's a good one. Good one.
And yeah, so you see this walking stick just shrink down in size, and it looks like it's out of the way of the door.
Awesome. Now we can try and... Vharik, do you want to try and open it? Since you're right there
Yep.
again.
What would you like? Strength or athletics or?
Just try and push it.
Athletics check.
Okay.
Or
There we go.
with that, Vharik just bang, just shatters in, just rips the entire iron hinges, which are now starting to rust, out of the stone framework and places it to the side. The interesting thing is, though, The walking stick that seemed to had been jamming the door is still floating up in the sky, just sitting in the air where it is.
A very small walking stick at the moment.
It's now looks like almost like a magic wand size at this
It's
stage.
an immovable rod. Sorry, no, I'm metagaming a little bit. I'm not, yeah.
Because Zolmos was the one to reduce it, is he alright if he grabs it? He looks it around and sort of for approval to grab it?
Yep. Well, you're there, so I'd say you'd take it anyway if you see it.
Okay. Yeah, I
so-
sort of like grab at it and start to... Oh god, it probably is cursed, who knows? I've said this about the last object that I went to pick up. Yeah, look, I start investigating it and go to grab it.
Yeah, you grab hold of it, and it is just locked in place, sitting up near the top of the door where it was. Looking at it, looks like a wooden walking stick, finely crafted, a beautiful curved walking stick, and just ever so slightly, you can see just a little inset silver button on the top of the handle where you would normally hold it.
Oh, I'm so pushing it. Even with my sweet little new intellect stone, it starts spinning real quick. I think I should push the button.
So you reach out and your finger just presses and you feel a slight bit of movement. It's just a tink as the rod just falls now in your hand. And it is hefty. Like, it doesn't feel like it's made of wood. It feels very, very sturdy and solid in your hand.
Oh my god, guys. We've just got the best weapon in the game. We've been large reduced. I'm unstoppable.
Awesome. Nice.
Oh no.
Yes!
Oh, where is this rod gonna go? Oh god.
Oh,
What
no,
have I done?
Just
You're
stop
broken the
thinking
game,
that.
Bryce.
You just went straight there.
It's Zolmos. But yeah, the door is open and you can move inside, I guess, if you want. I mean, Zolmos is in there first.
Yeah, I'm clearly playing with my new toy.
Vharik's there, so what's Vharik doing? Yep.
Gonna go in and just check out the room.
Vharik's probably in there as well.
Yeah, so you can see
Can I-
this corpse sitting in there. Looks like there's this tiny little pocket knife. Looks like it might have been, for whittling, for carving wood. And it looks like it's honestly relatively blunt. And you can tell from that previous medicine check, like, it would not have been a nice way to go. This guy must have been desperate to end it for whatever the other consequences were.
I'm gonna look up and be like, with my investigative powers, it's a corpse.
Can I look
No, but like honestly,
closer?
is he wearing
He's
Yeah.
wearing
clothes?
they look like quite hard-wearing clothes. Yeah, I'll say a combination of those two investigation checks. The clothes are almost more preserved than the rest of him, and you touch them and there's a kind of sort of powder around his pants, and fish are like, what is this? And then you sniff it a bit, and it smells like salt, like sea salt, like they had seawater on them. And you look at them, it looks like, maybe a dock worker's clothes or something similar.
Okay. Is there any form of identification on him or something?
Nothing. It looks like going through his pockets. He's got just a plain, simple leather belt.
So no
Fairly
tokens.
sturdy workman shoes. Nothing else on him at all. It looks like whatever he did have on him has been taken off, other than this small knife and his walking stick, it would seem.
Can
Fucking amazing walking stick.
pocket the knife?
Mm-hmm.
It could be used as identification later, I guess. Maybe.
Looking at it, it's
He's one of
it's
quite
a-
one of the debt collectors from the dock city that came to speak to old mate.
Maybe.
Don't use intellect around our party. We don't solve problems properly. We just ask the DM until he tells us.
God damn it.
That's
the
good-
rest of
that's
the room?
good deduction, though. That is a pretty good guess.
There's nothing written on the walls or anything? Or carved into the walls, since you said the knife was kind of blunt?
No, looking around,
Okay.
you you don't see anything. Actually, with that investigation check, yeah, it looks like he had been trying to carve out the hinges on the door,
Okay.
which is why Vharik was able to just shift the entire door out. It looked like some of that mortar had been scratched out. It looked like he'd been trying to get out there and then eventually given up.
Yep, that
Got
makes
up and
sense
killed
because of
himself
how
with the knife.
Yeah,
flush
sure,
it
it was
is.
the hinge. It was just my brute strength.
Yeah, sure, big guy.
So wait, how did his walking stick get there? He just fucking set it up there, did he?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
He would have
Cool.
pinned it there, and then it would have jammed the door.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the rest of the staircase continues up onto the second floor. If you guys want to continue up.
Yep, continue.
Yeah.
So exciting.
All right, let me just bundle you all up in together.
I really feel like Atticus is the one who would look cool with a walking stick, but
Well, he's already got a pretty sick walking stick.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he's got
Well,
his
now we're the
chainsaw.
walking stick brothers.
You might need a walking stick for your busted pelvis.
True, yeah, I did get
I forgot
fucking
about that.
raped, didn't I? I totally forgot. Yeah, actually, you know what? It is now a part of my character arc. I needed a walking stick.
Okay, where are we
Alright.
moved to? Okay, seeing you.
Oh, I will also break that concentration on that. So it's not
That's right. I think it holds for like a minute. So
Yeah.
right, I think everyone is unstacked. Beautiful.
Um,
So as you continue making your way up to the top of the stairs, the air almost gets colder again. Like it's pretty chilly in here. But you get to the top and move off of the stone and onto approach the wooden landing. Looking out ahead of you, you can see part of the ceiling seems to have been collapsed down, and you can see down onto the floor below, and you can make out the fire still burning and the ritual circle below you. As you start to move forward, the floorboards just creak underneath your weight. Across the way from you over here, you can see a large set of double doors standing closed. Actually, let me just make sure I did close those doors. Yep, they are.
yeah, I can't see anything through it.
The corridor seems, sorry, the landing seems to have broken away here and just around to the corner where Zolmos can just see around the edge. You can see it seems to have broken.
Well, I'm guessing our objective is
Yeah.
over here.
So,
It is 9:37 p.m. What time do you guys want to keep going to? I'm happy to keep going,
Yeah.
but people need to get out of here. 10 o'clock?
10:30? 10:30?
Everyone else, how are you feeling? 10 or 10:30?
Happy with whatever, man.
Yeah, 10's good.
And
Okay,
yeah, we'll
cool.
go 10.
Okay, we'll go until 10. Beautiful. All right, carry on. So yeah, you can see more of these crates and barrels scattered around, and you can just keep getting hit by that just stench of rotting flesh.
Okay, well, Phaedra walking in, seeing this gap, be like, if with that magical rod that you just picked up, Zolmos,
Yes.
you could use that to help us get across to those doors over there?
Sweet. Let's think about this.
That's
My new fucking stick is I haven't got stats on it, so I'm just assuming it's powers at this point. Bryce?
Yep. So,
Okay, so after playing with it,
you hit that button and it locks in place. You hit the button and it releases again.
okay, and it doesn't seem like there's a time limit on how often I can click it. It just works.
Yep, just seems to work.
Okay, and it's the next question is, can it break easy? We're about to find
Might
it
out.
had a
find out.
load bearing stuff, didn't it?
Well, yeah, true. It was
Yeah.
fucking load bearing an entire.
As you
yeah.
come around the corner, you can see there is an open door just here as well.
Oh. Yeah, I might suggest that we walk through the door instead, Phaedra.
Hey, no, you guys, you do you. I'm just letting you know what you see.
A really cool solution to the problem, though, Phaedra, if we ever come into this conundrum again, is we could set this walking stick up and then I can enlarge it.
Yeah.
So that's a great solution to that problem. But
Is it
use the
strength
door
or
instead.
dexterity to like move your way across it? I'd say
As you guys are walking through, like you come into this room, Vharik, and the whole floor seems to like dip underneath your weight, and it's just you can hear it just creaking.
He's junky.
I'm just doing a perception check to find which floorboards are above the rafters, so they're not going to collapse and take
So-
me with them.
Beautiful. So looking around as you feel that floor like flexing down underneath you, you do have a look around and kind of like stomp your foot and sway around. And you can see, obviously the area that Vharik has crossed seems to be pretty sturdy, but over here you can see a lot of these floorboards seem to be very, very rotted, and you can see them starting to dip down just underneath their own weight. And you feel probably going to be pretty sketchy over here. You should probably try to avoid this area
As I
without
walk,
perception.
as I walk along, each step I'm just sort of like slightly testing the sturdyability of the planks as I step, as I slowly move through.
You can see there's another set of double doors sitting closed down at the end of the room.
I guess, do we want to
And
follow them?
that's
Vharik, do you want to do another? Give me an investigation or perception check as well for like feeling your way forward as well on the floorboards.
there you go.
Yeah. So feeling through, you placing your feet as you go, you feel you're pretty secure in where you're standing.
Cool.
Yeah. So there's a set of double doors here, and then the open doorway
I'll just call
stretches
it,
out through there.
and I can see down there and see halfway through there. Yeah,
Where? Sorry.
like down through this way, I can see a pathway through there.
Yep.
And I
Yep.
call out to the rest of the party like, I found another way.
Cool. Alright, start following.
And I'm just gonna go, look, tread carefully, walk across the bridge. Like follow our steps.
Well, okay, I'm gonna...
Well, look, if the two heaviest characters are walking together, I'm sure everyone else will be fine.
Of that, send the big boys ahead.
What
well,
order?
exactly. If it's gonna last, it's gonna last through those two.
Or they've just shifted it and cracked it until, like, the third and fourth person walks over the top of it.
We'll soon find out.
Well, Phaedra, you can try the other way around here if you like. It might be safer.
I appear on the other side, and I'm like, are you guys still talking about that stick? There's a door over here.
Well, I'm just waiting to see. Calliope and Atticus, would Atticus follow?
Oh, Vutha.
I'm standing in the wall.
I'm gonna yell out to Vutha, don't go that way.
Just as I step into the door, you said that as well, so I'm gonna catch that.
What are you doing over there, Vutha? Yeah, inspecting.
Let's look in these crates, things. I've come this far anyway.
So give me an investigation check.
Sure.
Cracking the top of the crate open in front of you, you're just like assailed by rotting flesh, and you pull
Okay.
out the head of two wolves. And they're just like, their eyes have been ripped out. Most of the skin and flesh has been like torn and just like jaggedly ripped away from their faces. Digging down a little bit further, because you're not too stressed about flesh, you see a small arm with just thick calluses and like these stumpy, just like thick fingers that look like maybe a dwarf or a halfling's arm, mostly stripped of flesh.
That's two dwarves, maybe.
I'm gonna take the dwarf arm and go back out here and offer it to Zolmos. Actually, I'm here at the moment.
It's
Zolmos
still-
is like...
Essentially, so as Zolmos, as he presents this arm, you can see something has just like cracked and shattered off the two forearm bones, whatever those things are called. Most of the flesh has been stripped off. The marrow looks like...
Oh, you dropped as the marrow.
He's gone. With the dwarven arm.
Wait, it's not even bones. It's just a rotting fucking
complete flesh, still like dried mummified flesh on this like crooked, like seized up hand.
I hold my bag of bones out and like go. Put it in. I open it up and go, put it in.
Is this a
Feed it
bag
back
of
inside.
holding?
No, it's not. It's not. But it's just an overflowing bag of bones with a dwarf head and a dwarf arm in there now.
As your stone, it just like vibrates a little bit faster. And looking at this, and then you see the numbers for a second, it reminds you more of a halfling arm than a dwarven arm. A dwarven would be a bit chunkier. This is definitely a halfling's arm.
Oh, so I got a dwarven head and a halfling arm. This doesn't complete the set, Vutha. I'm sorry. I've got to get rid of the halfling arm.
So
I just sort of toss it down down the fucking middle there.
All right, what are you guys doing?
This was another set of doors, you said?
Yeah, so there's a double set of doors here.
Can
Would you like to
I
listen?
try and get over to that?
Sorry, Vharik, you opening it up?
I just want to listen through the door
Give me a perception check.
and
Pressing your ear up against it, you don't hear anything.
Can you open it?
I ease the door open.
The door slides open. Within, you can see 4 small, rotted mattresses. About the right size for small children.
It creeps me out. I immediately walk away.
Is there any movement in the room?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, a little awkward.
Poking your head in, having a quick look around, you don't notice any movement. What you do notice is, though, right in, essentially, I'll just move you in so you can see, right here on each of the beds, about where a person's neck would be, is just a large dark stain on each of the beds.
Shit. Yeah.
It gives me the creeps. I walk away.
Would she put 2 and 2 together and figure out that they've either had their throat slit in the night?
I mean, if you put it together, I'm sure she would.
Okay.
Looks like these beds were for 4 children.
Yeah.
And they didn't make it through their last night of sleep.
And then they didn't even make it through the last night as a ghost.
Nope.
2 of them haven't.
Well, 2 of them did. The other
Well,
2,
they might have had a peaceful release
maybe.
Um,
We
through
should go
the
back
hands
down
of
there.
vicious violence.
and there's nothing else in here that can...
Looking around as you step into the room, scan through, looks like there's a couple of very simple, very cheap wooden toys sitting on some of these crates. You see, it looks like there used to be, quite a lot more furniture in this room. Maybe some chest of drawers or a nice rug in the middle of the floor. It looks like it's been stripped bare.
Okay.
Looks like anything of value other than a couple of simple kids' toys have been taken out long ago.
She's gonna leave those toys. I feel like if I pick them up, they're gonna get angry. I've got the ball to entertain them with. She's just gonna be like, shit. And follow the boys.
Isolated with your 2 biggest enemies.
You guys were
Yes,
just the
good.
idiots that antagonized the ghost, and she was not happy about that. It didn't have to go that way.
Phaedra really backs herself up. I like it. It's almost just rolls over and goes, eh. Get my bones broken.
I'm gonna walk around to the other side over here and just yell to the rest of the party, like, what's keeping you?
Oh, right. Yeah, I sorry, we're having a conversation, Vutha and I. He was showing me
Yeah,
something very interesting.
You specifically said don't go through there, so
Vharik. Vharik. As you call out what's keeping you, you all hear a voice in your head. Oh yes, what is keeping you? Come in. Welcome to my abode.
I look right at Sky and I'm like, get out of my head.
It's not me. It clearly sounded male. Or to me, at least.
It sounded male
I do a little, I do a little
and
jaunty,
creepy.
like step with my new walking stick and start walking right behind Atticus. Start doing my little
You
jaunty
start shadowing
dance
him?
behind
I feel Atticus looks over his shoulder and just,
Sneers.
just disgust.
We both have walking sticks now, brother.
Okay, so the guys...
joined
Someone's joined. Oh, Murky's back.
Hi, Murky.
Hey, Becky.
Welcome back.
Hello, sorry.
No,
I
it's
didn't
all
kill your
good.
character. Your character's done very good.
don't go
No,
that
don't
way!
do
I
walking
would
sticks.
advise the party stick
Oh,
to your
sorry.
left. Stick
Yeah.
to your left.
Damn it!
No, that's
Sorry,
what I was
Murky
gonna
almost
say!
came in.
Oh, no, that was me who was controlling Atticus. That was my bad. I wasn't concentrating.
And I
followed
think you were
exactly
away
behind
at that time as well, so...
you. Yeah, I was, wasn't I? It would have been funny that I said, hey, I didn't kill Murky's character, and you walked over the wrong button and killed Murky's character.
Yes.
Sorry, Murky.
So you missed a whole bunch of haunted children and terrifyingness.
And bitch fighting.
You and Calliope found
Oh, yeah.
a diary and helped dissect it,
I got my hair
Decode
braided.
decode it.
I think I did most of
You
the
did
work.
use one of your spell slots for comprehend languages.
Yeah, comprehend ritual spell.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, didn't use your.
No, it
spell
does.
for that.
It does. Does it?
No,
No, it was a ritual.
No,
I
cast it
don't
as
know.
yeah, you can cast it as a ritual, so it didn't
Oh,
use a spell
okay.
slot.
Fantastic.
But yeah, so
I
you were
didn't
able
know.
to read the last part of the book through comprehend languages.
Which was abyssal, you said. Well, but no,
Which-
he didn't know that. It still didn't
Not sure what
recognise
language it
Okay,
was,
yeah.
but the name definitely sounded like it was
Oh,
from
yeah.
the abyss.
Okay.
And it essentially the last paragraph read, "Tonight is the night. We are prepared, all 6 of us. She doesn't argue anymore. We united again, and united we shall regain. No, surpass our splendor. Puchashuri, truliest miracle from above. And tonight we welcome him to our home."
And
And
we've
you
Yeah,
killed-
really.
surmise that.
I'm very happy you have that good memory there, Murky. Well done.
Well done. And yeah,
I know my shit.
throughout this house, you've all had a voice whispering into your heads, telling you to come and meet.
Alright. Do we want to try and open this door? Can I knock?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, crack it open.
Do you want to knock, or do you want to open it?
Let's all just turn around and leave. Fuck it.
Fuck this, I'm out.
No, we're gone too far. I'm gonna
I
open
do
it.
have a question for Tarhun when I get him in a moment, though.
Holy shit.
So, as these doors creak open to the sides, immediately looking in, you see a few different figures. You see a couple of these just strange, clearly undead creatures. 2 of them are sitting there just tearing away. One's got a small arm in his mouth. The other one's got what looks like half the leg of a deer. Just
Zombie deers.
you see another one is just like this. You're initially just hit by that stench. It's stronger than anywhere else in the house. This just waft of almost a physical wall of stench washes over you.
There's more of the home?
And then sitting over on what would best be described as a small throne, you see just for a second the figure of the portrait downstairs. But as he stands up, you see his form almost slough off and disintegrate and fall apart, leaving just this bulbous, horrible-looking creature
Ugh.
Oh, Jesus.
staring at you.
Calliope, I think your dad's gone to shit.
You see this figure as it stands up and takes a step forward and stumbles for a second. Breathing, you can hear this rasping breath. It slumps as it convulses for a second, leaving just this withered, grotesque figure, lank, dark hair, bulging eyes, thin lips pulled back from just jagged, bleeding gums. You see a bloated belly like you would see on a starving child, just protruding from his stretched skin. On his hip, you can see a dark metal sickle hanging just on a strip of leather. You hear in the back of your heads, in a few different languages, some common, some elvish, Here, fear not this unfortunate form. This world is anathema to me. You can help me restore myself, and restore yourselves with me. Come, enter my chambers. What do you want from me?
Who
Like
are you?
Funny enough, Tarhun is going to be a very excellent person to have this conversation.
He's very charismatic.
I'll be like, who are you?
I'm first going to ask him. I'm just going to yell out, "Are you a god lover?" And then I'm going to rage and run in.
All right, roll initiative. So much for conversation.
Well, I tried to, but
No, I thought Tarhun was going to be more questioning of his, like, wait, you want to come back to this world? Wait, what?
oh
'Cause-
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I'm calling him a god lover. I do get a surprise.
No, not a chance. You've walked in through the door and charged. That is not a surprise round at all. It is flat initiative. If you want to do dumb shit like charging in, that is not a surprise round.
No, I sort of thought, like, Tarhun would come on to the, like,
on.
wait, you know,
Ask us to
yeah.
come in.
Mind you, I feel like we've got more of a background on Tarhun than Tarhun does.
Yeah.
You need to take my character back. My first roll was a 1.
Why is it doing this again? So let me just delete this dude. Drag him back. See if this works better this time. Come on.
So it's getting on 10 now.
Yeah, we'll just establish initiative order.
Okay.
How long do you reckon this fight will take? Do you reckon we're going to
It's
get
gonna
down?
Oh,
take
like
like
5
half an
minutes.
5 minutes max.
Yeah.
We all know that D&D fights don't take, any time at all. It's super fast.
I do like the meme where it's like, traveling around the world takes 5 minutes. Fighting someone takes 3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, in saying that, this manor house has like taken us 3 hours.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Mind you, we've been doing lots of dumb shit in between, so.
Yes.
Like, we had a mini fight while you were gone, Murky. Like,
Oh,
it was a
yeah.
little
That's-
tough between the group. We've had.
Wait, what was this fight? Did you guys just... Is it a fight, or did you guys just murder someone in cold blood again?
No, no.
No,
Zarek was being an idiot.
Zolmos and Phaedra were like, "Well, no, it's just like it's a kid. It's a kid that's just suffering. It's a ghost kid." And then
It's
and
upset
then the rest
that you
of the party
touched
was
the
just
picture.
and the rest of the party's like, "Nah, fuck it, let's just kill it." And then
And,
afterwards they start fighting, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
I made your character walk in and be like, "You fucking imbeciles, don't fight each other." And
I threw a plate at
did not
Vharik.
work.
Phaedra threw something at that raging barbarian that already hates her.
Always a good idea. So,
I can take him.
on the initiative order, we've got Calliope, Vutha, Vharik, Tarhun. We got Zolmos, Phaedra, Atticus. Is that everybody? Did I miss anyone?
I'm not first for a change. Woo!
Is that everybody?
Pat,
Yes.
do you roll such high initiative? What do you got?
Question mark?
Everyone, just make sure you're on the turn order. If not, too bad you miss out and you get you lose a surprise round.
I think with the last level up, there was an option of something to do with initiative, which I think I took, which
Oh, okay.
I think.
You got the alert feat?
I can't remember. I remember reading something about initiative and thinking that could be handy. And I seem to be high on initiative. I can't remember if I selected it or not, but...
Yeah.
So, essentially, we'll leave it here. Tarhun, you've free bonus action, essentially, I will give you for raging. So, you got your free bonus. You don't need to burn your bonus action.
He hates gods, and he doesn't want no gods back, so he's ready to rumble.
So with Tarhun,
Why would you care? I thought you thought everyone was dead anyway.
yeah. So with Tarhun,
Sending them back to the fucking...
with Tarhun, he's meant to be like, yeah, fucking everyone, we're all dead. Like, this world doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway. So that's when that conversation happened, I was like, oh yeah, Tarhun's method of thinking now would be, wait, why would you want to return to the place that I don't give a fuck about? And he's like, nah, fuck it. I rage. I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker.
Again.
Yeah, kill you again.
Yeah, it's like the ghosts. Fuck off, ghosts.
Stay dead.
I appreciate
So
it.
with just a roar of rage, Tarhun starts to charge in and everyone can react off that. So we shall leave it there for the evening.
The turn order is going to stay like that?
Yep. I'm going to take a picture of it just in case.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a big
Follow-up
night.
question, Bricey boy.
I am Bryce.
Do you want me to add the walking stick to my thing?
Yep. I'm sure, as you can imagine, it is a immovable rod.
Yeah.
So tell me if you can't add it, and I'll drag it onto you instead.
I'm sure I can find it, can't I?
So I think
Yeah, should be able to just search it. But good game. I hope everyone enjoyed.
that was pretty good.
I hope you had fun, Murky.
Roll a 1.
So pretty much, where did you leave us? Did you
The
At the very
beginning
start.
wasn't
the
mine.
very start, pretty much the very beginning? Did you even get into the entryway?
Mm,
I didn't even log into the fucking thing. I was still having login issues, and then my mate was up.
Oh, beautiful. So essentially, got to the manor. All the vegetation around here is just dead and destroyed. Birds seem to be just like killing themselves on the doorsteps of this place, being attracted in, and then just killing themselves, ripping themselves to shreds. Finally got entry through the front door after a lot of difficulties. Doors are a pain in the butt.
Apparently.
Down here you can see this is the floor underneath. There was a fairly fresh killed human with a throat just slit open very cleanly.
7 days old.
You and Calliope investigated the ritual that had been taking place, and it looks like the plane shift spell. The spell had failed. For whatever reason, you could see just this grey dust being used in its construction, as well as the sacrifice.
Did we pick up the failed spell to being the guy locked up? No.
No, you hadn't figured out any sort of
No, I
connection
wouldn't,
between
yeah,
that.
all good.
But or you can figure out this was a plane shift spell.
Mhm.
It looks like it was the correct, like, detailed ritual, but for whatever reason, it had failed. Something hadn't worked. All throughout this place, you found just like body after body after body, heaps of severed heads, be it animal, human, halfling, dwarf, all sorts of bits and pieces, just stuffed into crates. Essentially, the story of this place, as told by the diary that you and Calliope flick through, is Lord Talstag, Dawn Talstag, pretty much up and coming, booming businessman, got a wife, got kids. He signed a contract to supply the Mages Guild of Azurium, whereupon he discovered the mages were planning to kill Mistra, the goddess of magic. The mages had somehow tricked the goddess of the moon to attack Mistra. They were planning on pretty much dropping the shields of the city to allow an attack through from the moon goddess to kill Mistra. It seemed they must have fucked up somehow. They only wanted the essentially her temple in the middle of the college destroyed, instead of, yeah, we're done for the night. I'll just do a quick wrap up. So yeah, essentially it looks like they had fucked up, and instead of just allowing a small attack through to wipe out the goddess, the entire city had been wiped out instead. Lord Talstag had essentially lost everything, all of his money, all of his wealth. Debt collectors being coming from the elven city of Nova Breeze, and then they just stopped for some reason. And then he seemed to just come under the spell of this mysterious being, this future Shari, who was promising power and glory, gave him, it seemed, undead servants maybe, and eventually he just seemed to just snap and lose all sanity, and it seemed like he was going to sacrifice his children and his wife to bring this being into this plane of existence, or into his home, as it said. Yeah, so he continued exploring through, got up to the stairs. Some of the guys had fun playing with some of the poltergeist children that you came across. Some poltergeist children who got murdered.
We had a
Some got-
jam.
We had a jam, had a good time, entertained some of the other kids.
Vutha
and then
decided
you made
to
your way
actually use
upstairs.
daggers instead of archery and got mauled.
You did do a lot of damage, though. You almost one-shotted that kid. I mean, that poltergeist.
We figured it out, it was one of the kids already.
But then almost got ripped in half in the process. And yeah, that's mostly it. Found a dude who'd locked himself, or who had been locked in what looked like a prison cell, and he had killed himself and sealed himself inside for whatever reason.
Yeah, still haven't figured that part out.
Yeah, when a werewolf attacks us, don't worry.
He obviously didn't want to be eaten by a ghoul.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's for the most part what you've done.
Yeah, I got a sweet walking stick. That's actually a movable rod. Talking of which, how do you add that from the item?
I can do it.
Just drag it.
Oh,
Yeah.
mine's not working.
Oh,
That's
it
because I
sometimes
opened
doesn't
it.
work if you've got an
There's
open
a
window.
tick box you have to.
Oh, is that my bad?
That's right. I'll add it 1 second. So yeah, you should be able to just search.
I found it. Very easy
And
to
then
find.
yeah, so you don't need to open it up or anything. You just drag and drop onto your
Probably because I
there.
open up my
But-
thing in a different window. My character.
Oh yeah, maybe
Yeah.
yeah. Either way, there you go. The only issue, it doesn't come up with like a description of it per
That's
se.
fine. I can find
Like-
it real quick. It's
You can do it. You just hit the little eye symbol next to like its weight, and then you can get in and you can see the details. You just have to kind of scroll down a little bit. You can see it. It's just a bit tricky.
I'm just
If you're using a magic item regularly, sometimes it's just easier to add into your features and traits, so you can see a bit more detail.
I'm not using this. I'm just putting it up for information. I need to. I'm not using.
Well,
it.
yeah, that concentration would have dropped as well.
Yeah.
Made
I
over
already
now.
changed that all up.
Everyone happy?
Yep.
I've
all
got a
good.
question for you, which I'll ask afterwards.
Okie dokie.
All right. Finished.
Yep. Can finish recording.
Good game, everyone.
Good game. I hope everyone enjoyed that. Did everyone enjoy that?
That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
that
good
was
night.
fun.
It's a spooky. It's a shame it's not Halloween. That would have been good to do it on Halloween.
Yeah.
It would have been really fun if we had Derek here. He could have turned into a mastiff, and I could have been playing a Shaggy.
Yes. Oh.
That would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure he wouldn't have appreciated all of the dead animals that are just everywhere throughout this
Yeah.
place.
No, I'm sure not, but like it would have been great being the Scooby Doo crew.
That would have been fantastic. The cowards.
yeah.
Snacks?
I'm so super pumped to play around with you.
That would have been great. Damn it, Westy. Scumbag.
Yeah.
All right. Stopping it.
You're right there.